It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ICT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Live from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Driller Stadium in Tulsa, as tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Tulsa Drillers, Game 2 of a 5-game series. Another hot one here in Tulsa. Thanks for tuning in to the Travelers ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Phil Elson with you here at Driller Stadium, where it is 102 degrees. And the Travelers playing at that temperature as well. They picked up another victory yesterday, handing Tulsa a 7-2 defeat, with Rafael Rodriguez going 7 strong innings for the win. Travelers broke a tie with the Wichita Wranglers for first. Arkansas now is a half game in front of Wichita for first place coming into today's ball game. Travelers have a 13-12 record, trying to pick up what would be a 2 games over 500 record if they can pick up a victory today. Arkansas overall 37-57. Meanwhile, the Drillers, losers of 13 of their last 19, 9-15 in the second half after winning the first half division title. Tulsa overall 50 wins and 44 losses. Looking at our matchup on the mound today, Travelers will send right-hander Nick Green to the hill. Green has been pretty consistent since coming over from Single-A Rancho Cucamonga in 8 starts with the Travs. Green has posted 4 wins with just 1 loss and a .470 ERA. That one defeat did come here at Tulsa on June the 9th. Opposing Green will be left-hander Zach Parker, who's going to be making his 4th start with the Drillers after appearing in 15 games with the Rockies AAA affiliate in Colorado Springs. Parker, who has been to the Texas League every year since 2004, has picked up 1 win, no losses in 3 starts, a .506 ERA with the Drillers. He picked up his lone win against Arkansas on July the 1st, giving up just 3 earned runs in 5 innings. It's the ITT Tech pregame show. Your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Technical Institute here in Little Rock. For details, go online to itt-tech.edu. Coming up next on the pregame show, we'll sit down and chat with Traveler third baseman Matt Brown, the reigning Texas League Player of the Year. Sits down for an interview after this commercial break on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Users directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to the ITT Technical Institute pregame show as the Travelers get set to take on the Tulsa Drillers in Game 2 of this 5-game series. We are joined by Traveler third baseman Matt Brown, who was able to extend a hitting streak yesterday with an infield single to 12 games in a row. Matt, you've been on quite a tear recently, named the Texas League Player of the Week. The series against Corpus Christi, you had a really ridiculous numbers. It seemed everything that you put into play not only found a spot on the outfield to land, but found the alleys, found the third base line and the first base line. You really were going crazy with the extra base hits. How did you feel at the plate? I mean, I've heard guys sometimes talk about the idea of maybe even feeling unconscious, that they're not quite sure why they're hitting as well as they are. Could you put a finger on why you felt so comfortable against Corpus Christi?
Just going into that series, I just felt like my swing was, right where it needed to be. I wasn't really thinking about my swing at all. I wasn't really thinking about mechanics up there. I was just kind of going up there, just allowing myself to do good and just taking a hack, taking a hack that I knew was a pretty good swing, and good things happen.
It sounds like, if you're going up kind of with a clean slate in your mind, that's the right frame of mind you want, really not too much, thought process, I guess, just thinking about getting the best swing you can.
Right, exactly. And then for me, I just look, I look location, and I try to look for my pitch to hit. And when you're going good, you're looking in one spot per se, and they'll throw you a ball that's not exactly in that spot, but it's close, and you'll hammer it.
Now, coming into this series here against the Tulsa Drillers, I mentioned you were able to extend that hitting streak with an infield hit yesterday, but you had mentioned that you didn't quite feel on yesterday. I wonder if the 2 days off have anything to do with, maybe slowing things down this point of the season. Of course, it's hot and everything, and there's the long grind of the season, but you're used to playing every day. Do 2 days off back-to-back sometimes throw you for a loop?
Maybe a little bit, because, you're so used to just coming out here and doing the same thing. You got your same routine. We're at home. It's a lot easier at home. And we take a bus ride that same day. 2 days off, plus a bus ride in the morning. You might be a little bit sluggish. But I'm not using it as an excuse, but, certainly that matters a little bit.
Matt, one of the other things I thought, watching you really turn on fire recently, you've had obviously a very good year nonetheless, but recently, the last really couple of weeks is when you've turned it on, and that has coincided with the arrival of Terry Evans in the lineup. He's batting right behind you. While the lineup this year has been pretty solid from opening day till right now, really with the addition of Evans into the middle of the lineup, you've got more power back there. Now, you've been backing up Brandon Wood behind Brandon all year. Do you think that maybe having the presence of Evans and what he's brought to the lineup behind you has maybe given you some better pitches to hit?
Definitely. I think that probably has a lot to do with it. But even though you get those good pitches to hit, you still got to hit them, But definitely, he's good. He's going to be a big help to our team, having another guy with a lot of power.
You want to talk about power? Up and down the lineup right now, there are guys with power all throughout. This is a very difficult lineup to pitch to, and it seems that I get the sense that, even when there's a couple of outs and nobody on base, this team understands that they've got the opportunity to score a run. This is a team that can hit a home run, can steal a base, can manufacture a run. It's pretty complete as an offensive ball club. Do you think so?
Yeah, our offensive lineup is ridiculous if you look at it, especially if you look at the numbers. If I was a pitcher, I really wouldn't want to face this, but it's awesome. It's awesome to be a part of.
Matt, I want to talk a little bit about playing third base. Bill Valentine, who's our general manager, is a fan of yours when it comes to watching you play third. He's always thought that third basemen are kind of born third basemen. A middle infielder can play either middle infield positions, but he's got the sense that a third baseman it has to be a natural third baseman. You seem like that. You have natural movement to third, have the right instincts for it. Is third base a position that you've been playing all your life? Is it a position that you felt comfortable with from the start?
I played it a little bit when I was younger, and like 11 years old, 12 years old. I played third base, but that was only in an all-star team, but sure someone else played short. But I usually played shortstop, and going from shortstop to third was kind of hard to adjust to make, because at first when I got here, my first year in pro ball, I was a second baseman. And then after my first year, they moved me over to third. And it's a big adjustment. For me, it was a big adjustment going from the middle to third, just because there's so much less time to react to the ball. Way different hops you're getting over there. A lot of times you're just trying to get in front of it just to knock it down. And it seems like when I played shortstop, even at the high school level, you can kind of like pick your balance and stuff like that. I don't know how it is now. I've never played there, but I mean, for me, it was a pretty big adjustment. It's taken a while for me to feel comfortable over there.
Well, you really look like you're comfortable right now. Would you say that you're in a comfort zone of playing that hot corner?
Yeah, it's getting a lot more. Over the years, you know, this is my fifth year playing third, and every year I feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident, a little bit just like I belong there. And now it's just kind of just jealous. It feels really good.
It's kind of an odd question. This year we've seen quite a few plays, and I know they happen every year, where there's a broken bat that flies towards the infielder that also has to pick up the baseball. We've seen it a little bit more with Wood at shortstop, but it's also happened to you a couple of times where you've had to dodge what is a pretty dangerous weapon, a very sharp stick of wood, and get the baseball at the same time. What's that like? I mean, what are you trying to do first or foremost? Are you trying to get the ball or save your life?
It depends on if you see the ball and it obviously the breaks, it's usually not to hit that hard. So you'll watch the bat just to make sure it's not coming right at you, and once you realize it's not going to hit you, you just grab the ball and throw it. But I've had one where it was coming right at me. It was coming right with the ball, and I completely missed the ball and jumped out of the way. So it's kind of embarrassing.
The last thing we want to see is a bat sticking out of your leg here. You know, I don't think that would look very good, Matt. It's pretty painful.
Exactly. I'm sure it's happened somewhere, sometime.
Very true. Matt, he was batting cleanup today and playing third base. Once again, Matt Brown, thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this, but first we'll be giving Matt a $15 gift certificate to Shorty Smalls, located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Conway. Starting lineups are next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most, yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know. The thing about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity, it makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone. The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise, it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Hot and sticky here at Driller Stadium. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. The ICT Technical Institute pregame show before the Travelers and the Drillers battle in Game 2 of this 5-game series. We'll have the exchange of the starting lineups at the plate and giving you the starting lineups as well. Starting with the homestanding Tulsa Drillers, who've lost their last 7 home games, 9-15 second-half record, last place in the North, 3.5 behind Arkansas. The Drillers today will start Troy Tulowitzki in the leadoff spot. He'll be at short. Batting second, right fielder Seth Smith, with Ian Stewart batting third and playing third base. Cleaning up for the Drillers, first baseman Joe Koshansky. He's the league leader with 24 homers and 76 runs batted in. 5-hitter is the left fielder Joe Gaetti, designated hitter for the Drillers, batting sixth. Christian Colonel. Center fielder Jordan Zarnicki bats seventh. Tino Sanchez will bat eighth. He'll catch. And rounding out Tulsa starting 9, second baseman Doug Bernier. At Tulowitzki, Smith, Stewart, Koshansky, Gaetti, Colonel, Zarnicki, Sanchez, and Bernier for Stu Cole's Tulsa Drillers. The Arkansas Travelers, AA affiliate of the Angels, coming in with a 13-12 record in the second half. Good for first place by a half game ahead of the Wichita Wranglers, who beat Springfield earlier today 11-1. Leading off today will be right fielder Nathan Haynes. Batting second, left field Aaron Peel. Brandon Wood, as usual, hitting third and in shortstop. With our pregame show guest Matt Brown handling the cleanup duties and playing third base. Batting fifth and in center field today, Terry Evans. Greg Porter batting sixth is the DH, with Matt Pauley batting seventh, playing first. Brent Del Chiaro hit eighth. He'll be catching. Rounding out the Travelers, starting nine is second baseman Eric Rodland. That's Haynes, Peel, Wood, Brown, Evans, Porter, Pauley, Del Chiaro, and Rodland for Tyrone Boykin's Arkansas Travelers. One note of interest, Bobby Wilson not in the lineup today, suffering from a little bit of stiffness in his shoulder, in his throwing shoulder, and so that'll keep him to not throwing at all today. Wilson did take part in batting practice. He's okay to swing. He's available for pinch hitting duties. He will DH tomorrow, meaning that Del Chiaro catches today and in tomorrow's ball game. Close-up look at our matchup on the mound. Nick Green takes the hill for the Travs. 21-year-old right-hander appears in his ninth AA game as a starter. His record 4-1 with a .470 earned run average. Green stands 6'4" and is a third-year professional. Has thrown 51 2/3 innings at Arkansas, surrendering 57 hits, 9 of them homers, given up 13 walks, struck out 30 in the league, batting .288 against Green. Coming up to the Travs after appearing in 11 games at Single-A Rancho Cucamonga, posting 5 wins, 3 losses, and a .415 earned run average. Nick Green takes the hill for the Travs, and Zach Parker is on the mound for Tulsa today. Left-handed pitcher out of Austin, standing 6'2". He is 24 years old, and appearing in just his 4th game with Tulsa, he's 1-0 with a 5.06 ERA. His victory came against the Travs on July the 1st. He has worked 16 innings with the Drillers, allowing 16 hits, no homers, walked 9, struck out 15, league batting .246 against Parker. Parker has pitched in 15 games with Colorado Springs, the Rockies' AAA affiliate, splitting time between the relief staff and the starting rotation. He was 2-6 with the Sky Sox and had a .663 earned run average. Drillers take the field. We'll have the first pitch coming up next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, real-world success. Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Conservatives love to say that big government doesn't work.
Then they get elected and prove it.
We're Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Just about ready for first pitch as the Drillers take their positions. The national anthem has just been performed, and we are set for baseball. Game 2 of a 10-game road trip, taking the Travs to Driller Stadium, and then after we wrap up the series on Saturday, Arkansas travels to Springfield, taking on the Cardinals starting on Sunday evening. Speaking of the Cardinals today were walloped by Wichita 11-1. The Wranglers get a little bit of revenge after the Springfield Cardinals beat up on the Wranglers last night 16-1. So those teams have matched up twice during that series already, with Wichita losing by 15 and then winning by 10. Wranglers today banged out a pair of homers. Alex Gordon hit his 14th, and Hel Sanchez hit number 4. And Zach Greinke made it stand for his 4th win with Wichita. Jordan Powell takes the loss, falling to 7-4. So that win for Wichita puts them at 13-13, a half game in back of the Traps. Springfield falls to 12-14. Cardinals drop a game and a half off the pace. Drillers in last place at 9-15, 3.5 games behind the Traps. With the moment, have just that half-game lead over Wichita coming into this game. The other games in the league are all starting about now. San Antonio hosting Frisco, 7:05 first pitch. Last night, Mission pulled out a 5-4 win with a 5-run third-inning rally. And Midland at Corpus tonight. Chance Douglas for the Hooks, a 6-3 right-hander. Ray Aguilar, 8-5 for Midland, takes the hill. Last night, Midland handed Corpus Christi a 4-1 loss. And so Corpus Christi is now tied with San Antonio for first place in the South. Midland a game and a half back in Frisco in last 5 out. We're ready for action here. Nathan Haynes into the batter's box. Zach Parker's first pitch of the night is sent in the air to left field, shallow. Gaetti, not a good break, comes in and makes the catch. First pitch is 7:05 and game time temperature 102 degrees. And Haynes flies out of the first pitch of the ball game, bringing up Aaron Peel. Zach Parker, not a fancy pitcher. Fastball in the mid to high 80s. Throws a cutter, a changeup. And we'll try to bring that cutter inside against the right-handers. Aaron Peel is a right-hander, and here's the pitch. Check swing. It's a called strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Balls and strikes will be called by the crew chief, Joe Maiden, today. Dixon Sturman, the umpire, at third, and Mark Lolo at first. Peel a hard ground ball to second, with Bernier picking it up smoothly. Flips across to first, and there's 2 very quick outs. Parker has thrown only 3 pitches. It's to the defense behind Parker, and the outfield is Joe Gaetti in left, Jordan Zarnicki in center, and Seth Smith in right field. It'll be Ian Stewart at third base, Troy Tulowitzki at short, second baseman is Bernier, and Joe Koshansky at first. Behind the dish, Tino Sanchez. And here's Brandon Wood into the batter's box for the Traps. Launched his 20th home run of the season yesterday. And the first pitch to him is way outside, ball 1. Wood got a hold of a fastball from Alberto Arias in the 7th, driving it over the left field wall, and now takes a pitch low again from Parker, ball 2. Wood hitting .293, 20 home runs, 63 runs batted in. It's been his first home run in over a week. The 2-0 comes from Parker. And Wood sends it back into the net, a foul ball, 2-1. During batting practice today, Wood seemed to be a little bit annoyed just at what happened during BP, not really any other reason. 2-1 pitch. Swung on a high fly into right center, hanging in there. Smith and Zarnicki convert. The right fielder, Smith, takes over and makes the catch. And the Travs go down pretty quickly here in the first inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first and see what traveler right-hander Nick Green brings to the hill. His first half inning against Tulsa is next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Okay, here you go. The perfect house. So you ready to put in a bid? Oh, what? It's a pretty tight market, and I'd really hate to see you lose out. It's the first house you've shown us. Yeah, isn't that great?
Now working with the Century 21 agent. Century 21 agents pledge to keep showing you properties until you're satisfied. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 service pledge to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 pledge is offered by participating officers. Each officer is independently owned and operated.
When good spark plugs go back, even a drive in the country is in jeopardy.
Hey, spark plugs, let's get Captain know there's some performance anxiety.
I don't understand. This never happened before.
Yeah, whatever.
Curve Performance letting you down?
Who's this guy?
Autolite XP Extreme Performance Spark Plug, ma'am.
You say different from the other spark plugs.
I have iridium-enhanced fine wire technology for faster ignition and optimum performance.
Ooh, that's hot.
Autolite, it's time to change your plug.
Well, Phil, it's Corker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest Corker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free. And the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 Corker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free Conquer car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Traveler right-hander Nick Green continues to warm up on the mound as Travelers went down quickly in the top of the first. Jack Parker completing a perfect inning, throwing just 9 pitches to get 3 outs. Here in the bottom of the first, Drillers start with Troy Tulowitzki on an 8-game hitting streak. Tulowitzki scored the first Tulsa run in the first inning yesterday and finished 2 for 4. Green walking halfway around the mound, climbs back on top. And the tall righty set to go against Tulowitzki, and the first pitch on the way to the Driller shortstop. High fastball and make it a 1-0 count. Green makes his 9th start of the season with Arkansas. Travs are 6-2 in his 8th start. The 1-0 to Tulowitzki sends him back. Fastball running high and tight, 2-0. Last time out for Green. Gave up 5 runs in 6 1/3 innings. Last couple of starts been rocky. 2-0 pitch. Tulowitzki takes a strike on the outside corner. Last 2 times out, Green combining to give up 10 runs on 17 hits in 13 innings. 2-1 pitch, slapped the other way, slicing to the corner in right field. That goes foul and into the box seats. Last couple of sections. Count 2-2 on Tulowitzki. Green did pick up a victory 2 starts ago, handing Wichita a 9-7 loss. Last time out, Green got a no decision against Corpus Christi, giving up 5 runs on a season-high 10 hits in 6 1/3, but the Travs still beat the Hook 6-5. Arkansas has won Green's last 4 starts. 2-2 pitch. Tulowitzki fouls it back, waiting for the breaking pitch that Green came with. Count remains at 2-2. Seth Smith on deck, followed by Ian Stewart. And if anybody reaches, Joe Koshansky will have a chance with a man on base. Koshansky was responsible for both RBIs for the Drillers last night. Here's the pitch from Green. Fouled right back into the net, and Tulowitzki has fouled off 3 in a row. All of them pretty close pitches that he's had to go after. Green will give you a fastball in the low 90s on occasion. Change up. He'll throw quite often at 2 strikes. Here's that 2-2 to Tulowitzki. He struck him out, got him swinging with a high fastball, and that even came a little bit high and inside as it worked its way to the plate. A little movement on the fastball for Green, and he's already matched his strikeout totals from his last couple of starts. Green striking out just 2 hitters total in his last 13 innings, and starts today's game with his 31st strikeout at AA. And Seth Smith steps in next for the Drillers. The left-hand batter has had quite a bit of success against Arkansas, though he was 0 for 4 last night. Here's a pitch from Green, and Smith takes a fastball right on the outside corner, 0-1. Smith, last couple of games against the Travs, 0 for 9. As the 0-1 comes from Green, Smith pulls it to second base. Rodland gobbles it up in the hole and gets the easy flip in time to first. 2 away. Ball usually gets put in play with Green on the mound. He's very reliant on his defense, and they usually respond to him. Arkansas has only allowed 1 unearned run with Green on the mound. Aaron Peel in left field tonight. Harry Evans in center. And Nathan Haynes in right field. Infield from third to first, Matt Brown, Brandon Wood, Eric Rodland, and Matt Pauley. Here's Ian Stewart. And the left-hand batter takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Stewart hitting .269 with 7 home runs. He's driven in 48. Travs play for him to pull. And the 0-1 from Green. swung on and missed. Got some juice on the fastball tonight. And quickly Green ahead with 2 strikes. Last night, Stewart 0 for 3, reaching in the 8th inning on a walk. And the 0-2 comes to Stewart. And he pops it up down the left field line, chasing is Wood and Brown. Peel calling them off. And the left fielder underneath it, medium depth to make the catch. 1, 2, 3 go both teams in the first inning. Green and Parker take a 0-0 game at the top of the second on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
In 1998, New York City marathon runner German Silva made a huge mistake. 1/2 mile from the finish line, he took a wrong turn. When he heard yells from the crowd and saw the looks on their faces, he realized his mistake. He immediately turned around, but the error cost him a crucial 15 seconds. His only hope for winning now was to sprint to make up for lost distance. Did he have the energy? Could he do it? He later said, "Too much work had gone into this race. I had to fight it out." He was able to make up the lost distance and finish first in his division, but only because he refused to allow a wrong turn to knock him out of his quest for the prize. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, there are times in life when we make a wrong turn, but when we discover that it was a wrong turn, the wise person changes direction.
Cotton candy here. Get your cotton. Any peanuts? No. Hot dog? Slushy? Nada. Camel corn? No. Can I get something other than cotton candy? Pink of blue, mister. Pink of blue. Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to orthopedic services. That's why Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas provides the most comprehensive orthopedic care the state has to offer. From outpatient procedures to rehabilitation and prevention. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back to the things you love. Actually, I do have peanuts. Really? Nah, just kidding.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Neither team has a man reached in the first inning, so heading to the top of the second, we'll be starting with Traveler third baseman and cleanup man Matt Brown against Zach Parker. Brown, Terry Evans, and Greg Porter, middle 3 batters against the driller left-hander. The native of Austin, Texas. Brown out of Idaho. His family now in town here at Tulsa. First pitch on the way to Brown, and he hits it foul off his left foot. He's okay, hopping around to the batter circle. Strike 1 on the Traveler third baseman. Brown leading the team, hitting .320. 12 home runs. He's driven in 55. Batting average is 4th highest in the Texas League, but it is the 2nd highest of any active Texas leaguer. Here's the Parker 1-strike pitch, and Brown takes a slider in the dirt, bouncing away. 1 ball, 1 strike. J.R. House, the current leader in the league, .334 average, is 14 points higher than Matt. Ben Zobrist, formerly the Corpus Christi shortstop, and Rico Washington, who had been at third base for Springfield, both in front of Brown for the moment. Here's the 1-1 to Brown. And Matt pulls a changeup down the third base line, foul by a couple of feet, strike 2. As mentioned during the pregame show, Brown extended his hit streak to 12 games with a first-inning infield hit, and then proceeded to make outs in his last 4 plate appearances, including a spot with the bases loaded where he popped up. Brown finished yesterday, leaving 5 men on base. Leading off the second, facing Parker, and Zach's kick. And the pitch. Brown, a ground ball to the hole at short. That squeaks through, and a base hit for Brown to start the second inning. 13 games in a row now, Matt Brown has collected a base hit. And that was a pretty close one there. Hit it right between Stewart and Tulowitzki. Stewart got a glove on the ball, diving to his left. Tulowitzki just out of his range, and Brown aboard with the first base hit of the night. Base hit number 23 during now a 13-game hitting streak. And here's Traveler center fielder Terry Evans. Evans in last night's win chipped in with a single and a run scored. He finished 1 for 5. And Parker's first pitch is lined the other way towards the corner. It's a base hit. Charging in Smith to cut it off. He'll keep Evans at first. Brown rounds second and gets to third base with no play. First and third for the Travs on a base hit by Evans, moving Brown to third. Nice piece of hitting by Terry Evans. think about Evans being a power hitter, you usually would think for him to be going straightaway center or to left, but Evans does have a nice line drive stroke the other way. And went after Parker's first pitch, lined it to the right field corner. And the Travs are in business with designated hitter Greg Porter standing in. Porter batting .289, 12 homers. He's driven in 44. They'll play for 2 on the infield. Here's Parker's pitch. It's under the knees with a slider, ball 1. Porter with a hit in 14 of 16 games. He had a 1-for-4 effort last night and scored a Traveler run, struck out twice. Evans leads from first, the sun right in his eyes. Parker to the plate, and Porter takes a fastball on the outside corner. That evens the count at a ball and a strike. Top of the second, 0-0 score, but the Travs have a golden opportunity to get ahead here. First and third, nobody out. Porter followed by Pauly and Del Chiaro. Here's the 1-1. Curveball is inside and also low. 2 balls and a strike on the DH. Brown a single. Evans with his second hit of the series. Porter's been hitting a ton against the Drillers. Can he bring home a run? 2-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line, chasing Gaetti. It falls fair, bounces away from Gaetti. Here comes Brown to score. Evans sent around third. That ball got loose in the corner. No cutoff throw home. 2-run score. Porter holds at second. A 2-run double makes it a Traveler second inning lead. Porter hit that fly ball not all that hard. It was slicing away from Gaetti, who was playing pretty far towards the gap in left center field. But he had a long way to come in. And once the ball fell, it hit the warning track right next to the Traveler bullpen bench. Only halfway down the left field line is where that track starts. And it bounced away from Gaetti towards the corner, allowing both Brown and Evans to come home. Porter given his 21st double of the year. And here's Pauly fouling a pitch straight back, 0-1. RBIs 45 and 46 for Porter. And after Parker sent down the first 3 batters of the game, he has allowed the first 3 men of the second to reach base, and 2 have already scored. Pauly drove a 2-run single yesterday, and he's trying to bring home Porter, but the 0-1 pops back into the second level of seat. And the foul ball will make the count 0-2 on Pauly. Pauly, the Traveler first baseman, hitting .227. He's in his 60th game at Double-A. 8 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Porter at second, no one holding. Second baseman Bernier plays deep. Shortstop Tulowitzki not really paying attention to Porter at all. Here's the Parker 2-strike pitch, and he strikes Pauly out with a slow breaking ball, and Pauly goes down swinging on 3 strikes. First out of the second inning, and the first strikeout for Zach Parker. And here's the 8-hitter, catcher Brent Del Chiaro. We'll see Del starting today and tomorrow behind the dish. Bobby Wilson developing some stiffness in his right shoulder. Felt it yesterday. And he will not be throwing it all today. So Brent is in there, starting in his place. Porter at second, and Parker's first pitch is wide, ball 1. 2-0 Travs on the Porter 2-run double. Del Chiaro at the plate. He has struck out in each of his last 6 at-bats. Parker giving Porter 2 glances, and Del Chiaro backs out of the box. Brent hitting .122. He's homered twice, driving in 7. This will be his 28th start of the year. Parker paying attention to Porter. Second baseman Bernier backs off, and Del Chiaro pulls a grounder foul to the tarp in front of the Traveler bullpen bench down the third base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Del Chiaro widens his stance a little bit. The pitch from Parker is swung on and missed. Challenged him with a fastball, and it got through. Strike 2. On deck, Eric Roblin. He'll be batting with at least Porter at second base, no matter what Del Chiaro does, unless there's a line into a double play. Parker a high set. Hits to Del Chiaro is low. He took a curveball. 2-2 count. Yesterday it was the Drillers that got ahead of the first inning 1-0. The Travs then scored 6 runs before Tulsa scored their second. And the Travs get ahead here in the second inning by 2. 2-2 pitch. Brent a swing and a miss, and he strikes out for the 7th consecutive at-bat. 2 away for Parker, both coming on strikeouts. And now the number 9 batter, Eric Rodland, stands in. Rodland starting to hit the ball pretty hard these days, hitting 4 consecutive games. 6 for 13 during the stretch, including a 1 for 3 effort last night. Drove a double and scored a run. In fact, he scored 2 runs. Left-hand batter against Parker, the lefty delivers. Tied at the 5th to Rodland, ball 1. 1-0. Parker, 6th professional season, a 21st round draft pick by the Rockies in 2000. Left-hander to the plate. The 1-0 is low, ball 2. Left-hander's bat is .214 against Zach Parker. However, the 2-run double stroked by Porter coming off the bat of a left-hand hitter. Porter batting very well against lefties, well over 300. Still at second base, waiting for Roberts. The pitch found to the inside corner. Slow breaking ball, and Parker gets the first strike on Rodland. 2-1. Eric's average is .294. He's hit 4 home runs, 32 RBIs. That 4th homer came in the second game Saturday against Corpus. Solid year for Rodland as he backs away from the plate. Parker lifted the leg and turned to Porter. No throw. 2 runs home here in the second. Rodland trying to bring home a third. The 2-1 pitch outside, ball 3. In the on-deck circle, Nathan Haynes. Parker allowing 3 hits and striking out 2 batters. There's the 3-1. Walked him high and inside, ball 4. First and second as Rodland drops the bat, takes his base, and will go to the top of the order. Nathan Haynes getting his second plate appearance in 2 innings. Bo McLaughlin, the Tulsa pitching coach, already appearing and walking out to the mound. Pitching has been a trouble recently for the Drillers. In the first half, one of the top pitching staffs in the Texas League, but here in the month of July, Tulsa's ERA is the highest in the league. It's 5.87. And for all the problems the Travers have had on the pitching staff this season, Travers' 5.13 ERA in the month of July is not the highest. In fact, it is the 6th lowest ERA this month in the league. Tulsa and Wichita, two teams chasing the Travs, have recorded higher earned run averages. So the Travers pitching has turned around. Tulsa's pitching staff has gone in completely the other direction. Haynes at the plate, 2 runners on base, first and second. The pitch. Slider is way outside, ball 1. In fact, the Drillers, they lost their top starting pitcher, Ubaldo Jimenez. Their closer, Manuel Corpus, both to AAA promotions. Corpus now with the big club in Denver. Here's a 1-0 to Haynes. And that's a strike at the knees, 1-1. Juan Murillo had been an all-star, has not been pitching like one recently, and Mark Kaiser has simply gone into the disabled list recently. So the Drillers' pitching woes just came immediately, almost unannounced. Pitch to Haynes in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Last month, Tulsa's team ERA just .292, by far the lowest in the league. That ERA this month almost 3 runs higher. Haynes, a fly out of the first, already in the hole. 1-2 pitch, swung on a slow grounder to first. Koshansky takes the pitch and runs to the bag. Haynes just out by a half step. Koshansky was jogging to first. Haynes was sprinting down the line, and Koshansky beat him by literally a half step, if not less. Travers get a couple of runs in the second on 3 base hits. They strand 2. And going to the bottom of the second, the Travelers have the lead 2-0 over Tulsa. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double D's has the answers. Double D's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double D's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious slices from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double D's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double D's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. True individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the second, and the Travelers have the lead 2-0, thanks to Greg Porter's 2-run double in the top of the second. Joe Koshansky leads off for Tulsa with Nick Green winding and dealing a strike to get ahead of the league's top home run hitter, Koshansky, with his 24th of the season yesterday on a 2-0 count of the 7th inning. Drove it to the opposite field. Here's the 0-1. Tapper passed him out towards short. Wood is there next to second. Has plenty of time to get rid of it, and Koshansky is thrown out. 6-3, one away in the second. That'll bring up Joe Gaetti. Nick Green facing 4 batters, retiring all 4. Green tried to get a measure of revenge for the team that handed him his only loss with Arkansas. Green was defeated 5-0 by Ubaldo Jimenez and the Drillers here on June the 9th. Amer Jimenez tossed a 3-hit complete game shutout against the Traps. Here's Gaetti, right-hand batter. First pitch is low, ball 1. Gaetti enters today with a 7-game hitting streak on the line. 11 for 33 during the stretch, including a 1-for-4 effort last night on an infield single in the 7th inning. Here's the Green 1-ball pitch. Gaetti swings through a fastball. It's a ball and a strike. Green's got enough on the heat to get it by you. It doesn't look like he's throwing all that hard, but he is. The 1-1. Gaetti, a high fly ball in a deep left center. The outfielders just watch that sail into the screen way above the left field wall. Gaetti pounds his 12th home run of the season on a hanging off-speed pitch. Green gives up a home run for the 10th time at Double-A. That'll cut the Traveler lead to 2-1 on the first base hit of the game for the Drillers. Gaetti drives in his 42nd run. 10 homers off Green in 9 Double-A starts, and that is the 5th home run he's given up over his last 4 outings. So the home run has been a bit of a problem for Green, but he's been able to keep the damage from the home runs to a minimum. And the pitch to Colonel is fouled straight back, 0-1. Out of 10 home runs, Green has given up 9 solo shots. And so there's only been 1 homer with a man on base. So it's just 1 run. The 0-1 to Colonel. Fouled back over the net, strike 2. When Nick doesn't have anybody on base, he will challenge batters, and quite often with men on base, he'll challenge them as well. But sometimes he'll make a mistake on those pitches and hung that off-speed pitch to Gaetti. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Colonel. And instead he had timeout called just in the nick of time. Green ready again, and now the 0-2 comes to Colonel, and he takes it low, ball 1. Colonel sat out yesterday, last played Saturday. The Drillers finished the series at Midland. The 1-2. The ground ball just fouled down the third base line. Drillers in Midland over the weekend were scheduled for a 3-game series. Midland took the first game 12-8 before the Drillers won the second game 8-6. They were all set for a Sunday night battle, and they didn't play. Here's the 1-2. Curveball outside to Colonel, evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They didn't play because of a sprinkler malfunction at Citibank Park that left puddles on the field. 2-2 to Colonel. Swinging a fly ball left center, chasing Peel to the gap. It's going to get through. Picks it up at the track. Colonel tries for the double. Peel's throw is a little late, and Rodland drops the throw anyway. Backed up by Pauly. Colonel cracks a double as the Traveler defense wasn't quite ready for that. Evans in center was positioned a few steps to right. Peel got a late break chasing that one, and it falls in for Colonel's 18th double of the year. So the Drillers get the tying run to second base. There's 3 batters into the second inning, bringing up Jordan Zarnicki. Citibank Park had a malfunction with the sprinkler system. The sprinklers were going for a good 10 hours. It's to Zarnicki as low ball 1. And so the game was canceled. It will not be made up, and instead the Drillers and the Rockhounds will play one last game here in the second half. Hence the Travs leading the Drillers by 3.5 games rather than 4-3. 1-0 to Zarnicki is low, and Green behind the 7-hitter, 2-0. Zarnicki in a 4-game hitting streak. He extended it with a single in the 7th inning yesterday, finishing 1 for 4. He's batting .278 with 40 RBIs, 9 home runs. The Green 2-ball pitch. Found the inside corner, a strike, 2-1. Travs 2, Drillers 1, bottom of the second. Neither team had a man reach in the first. Greg Porter cracked a 2-run double in the top half of the inning. Joe Gaetti hits a solo shot in the second for the Drillers. And the double by Colonel sets up Zarnicki. And he takes strike 2 on a fastball at the knees. Green evens it up. The on-deck batter is Tino Sanchez, hitting in the 8th spot. Sanchez does have a home run against Green this year. A 2-2 to Zarnicki. Inside, ball 3. Change up that just missed that inside black. Out goes full on Zarnicki. Rodland holding Colonel at second base. He's about 4 feet off the bag. Not a big lead by the Driller base runner. The pitch from Green. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Zarnicki had already tossed the bat aside and jogged to first base. He was 4 feet away when he realized that Joe Maiden pulled the string on the second strikeout for Nick Green. Zarnicki, although obviously upset with the call, does not say anything to the plate umpire and instead walks back into the dugout, and there's 2 away. Tino Sanchez at the plate now for Tulsa. The veteran catcher playing in his 7th game with the Drillers. Switch hitter takes a strike on the outside corner, and Green gets ahead with a fastball. Sanchez was playing for Independent League Bridgeport, Connecticut, where he spent part of last year when the Rockies came a-calling. The 0-1 on the outside corner again. Green gets ahead, 2 strikes. Sanchez now the backup catcher for Alvin Colina with Chris Iannetta up at AAA Colorado Springs. Sanchez is 7 for 21 with a hit in all 5 starts. Count is 0-2. Green pitch. Sanchez jumps away from the fastball. It's ball 1. Back when Green pitched against the Drillers on July the 4th, winning 7-3, made 1 mistake in the game, and Sanchez hit a 2-run homer. 1-2 pitch. Outside, the count even. Those were the only 2 runs that Green allowed over a 6 2/3 inning start. Completed his 2nd consecutive win. Green has won his last 3 decisions. 2 and 2 on Tino Sanchez. Tying run at second. The pitch. He chases a fastball outside and misses. Strike 3. That pitch nowhere near the plate. Travelers get out of the second with the lead as Tulsa scores 1 run on 2 hits. Strand in the tying run at second. Heading to the third, it's the Travs 2 and the Drillers 1 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman, Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Wonder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Wonder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs and the Drillers going to the top of the third inning here at Tulsa's Driller Stadium. As we mentioned yesterday, this is going to be the oldest ballpark in the Texas League come about 2008. And the Travs will be in their second season at Dickie Stevens Park, and the Springdale Roosters, what have you, will be playing baseball at whatever their new park will be called, next to Interstate 540, the Driller Stadium, which opened as Sutton Stadium in 1981, will be the oldest ballpark here in the Texas League. They may be working on plans for a new park coming soon, however. Peel leading off the third for the Travs, and Zach Parker's opening pitch of the inning is high and away, ball 1. Peel in the 2-hole, followed by Brandon Wood and Matt Brown. With Parker stepping back, here's the 1-0. Down low again to Peel, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Peel, a ground out of the first inning. He entered the game hitting .288, 9 home runs, 40 RBIs. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on, and he hits Parker with a line drive. Parker recovers, comes towards the plate, fields, and throws Peel out. 1-3 on the putout, but goodness, that ball smacked off Zach Parker like it was angry at him. Austin O'Shea, the Tulsa trainer, emerges from the dugout along with Tulsa skipper Stu Cole. They're checking on Parker's left leg around the outer part of his thigh. Peel simply got a hold of a fastball which was hanging right over the middle of the plate, and he sent it right back up the box. And it was not either an inch to the left or the right of the pitcher's rubber. It came straight back to Parker, who bounced that ball like a goalie off his left leg like he was making a kick save. He's going to try a couple of warm-ups to see if he's fine. At least now not showing any ill effects of that very solid line drive that Peel smacked right back of the mound. So it appears that Parker will stay in the game. We'll give him a star just for that ability to absorb a ball that was easily traveling back at him at about at least 95 to 100 miles an hour off Peel's bat. So Parker will stay in the game, and Peel, unfortunately, 0 for 2, though that ball was about as solid as you could hit a baseball. 1 out for Brandon Wood, and Wood flied out on the first. He's 0 for 1. Parker comes home with the first pitch to Wood, and he takes a fastball high. See how Parker is able to rebound after that tough play. The 1-0 to Wood. Swung on a high fly ball, hitting the left center. Zarnicki chases it, gets there, and makes the catch. 2 away in the third, and Wood seemed to be a little bit jammed on the pitch. Parker using the cut fastball to get in on the fifth. 2 away. 3 set down in a row by Parker, and he has retired 5 of 6 since the 2-run double by Greg Porter puts the Travs in front. Now a 2-1 Arkansas lead at the top of the third, and Matt Brown standing in. Brown started off that second with a single and would score on the Porter double. Parker's first pitch, Brown swings and misses, nowhere near a slider. Strike one. Turning into a banner year for Matt Brown. Angels' 10th round pick in 2001. Really blossoming this year. All around, very good player. 0-1 pitch. Chased the same one in the dirt. Slider that isn't even near the plate. Strike two. Brown entered the year with a .253 career batting average. And he is hitting .320 coming into the game already with a single. It's up at .321. 0-2 pitch. Up high, ball one as Parker buzzes Brown with a fastball. Brown with 55 runs batted in. His career high is 82, achieved 2 years ago at Cedar Rapids. That has a chance. 1-2 pitch. Brown a chopper to short. Tulowitzki takes the second bounce, leaping to handle that bad hop. His throw across gets Brown by a half step. Travs go down 1-2-3 in the third inning. Still, the Travelers take a 2-1 lead to the bottom of the third here at Tulsa on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
I'm definitely not going back to my old razor. I'm going to stick with M3 Power.
Check out what guys are saying about M3 Power, the first micro-power shaving system from Gillette.
I'm in shock right now. It's fantastic.
I feel like I'm getting a massage with this razor.
Wow, this is something new. I like this. I feel like I'm not even shaving, really. With the M3 Power, it made me look forward to shaving.
Feel the power of the world's best shave. M3 Power from Gillette, the best a man can get.
I'm a brain surgeon. I'm not an engineer. I don't know how the thing works. I just know it works.
The following is an OnStar conversation.
OnStar emergency, this is Natalie.
Yes, I need an ambulance. I have my 2 children in the car and my sister.
Okay, I have you on Highway 20.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, I'm contacting emergency services.
Thank you.
Every month, OnStar offers help in thousands of emergencies.
Please.
Hi, this is Natalie with OnStar, calling to report a vehicle crash with airbag deployment.
What happened?
I can conference them in.
Ma'am, tell me what's going on.
My nephew has a big gag. His head is bleeding.
Okay, we'll send someone else.
Do you want me to remain on the line?
Yes, ma'am, please.
The peace of mind OnStar offers is more affordable than you might think.
Okay, the police are there?
The first year of OnStar service is included on new OnStar-equipped GM vehicles, and unlimited use of all safety and security services costs only $16.95 plus tax per month after that. OnStar by GM. To experience OnStar, press your blue button or visit OnStar.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Moving to the last of the third here at Driller Stadium, Arkansas 2, Tulsa 1. Bill Elson here with you on the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. We've got Benny Petrie back at the studios in Sherwood, KDXE. Bottom of inning number 3, and the number 9 batter, Doug Bernier, leads off for Tulsa with Nick Green's first pitch of the inning. Sent down the right field line, high in the air. Haynes chases into foul territory, has to pull up. As the ball lands into the grandstand and bounced a couple of feet away from where Haynes had to pull up. As I mentioned a few times during the season here at Driller Stadium, the stand sit a good 6 to 7 feet above the playing field, and there's a retaining wall all the way around the infield to the outfield that serves as a buffer between the stands and the actual field. And Haynes almost ran into that concrete wall. He had to pull up at the last second. 0-1 on Bernier, and Green's next pitch. Check swing, it's low and away. Didn't go, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bernier is batting .270 with no homers and 12 RBIs. Defensive specialist that goes in at short of second base. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball hit high to right field. Haynes back a few feet, stops, and well in front of the warning track, Haynes brings it in. 1 away. Green has faced 9 batters, allowing just 2 to reach, with both getting extra base hits. Joe Gaetti, a 1-out solo home run of the second, and Christian Colonel followed that with a double. Green, however, responded by striking out the 7 and 8 hitters to end the second, and then sits down Bernier to start the third. To the top of the Tulsa order, And shortstop Troy Tulowitzki struck out to start the first inning. First pitch sent down the right field line. Foul. Slices out of play to the second level of seats in the cavernous ballpark known as Driller Stadium. They can seat about 11,000 people at Driller Stadium. But when it's not a big crowd, and tonight one of those nights, it looks empty. Here's the 0-1, and it's low to Tulowitzki. 1 ball, 1 strike. It might just be a few hundred people on hand. And who can you blame? It is 102 degrees at game time. Here's the 1-1. Tulowitzki slaps a high fly ball to right. Haynes drips, stays in fair territory, right of the warning track to make the catch. And that'll be out number 2. Couple of flyouts to Haynes on the same 1-1 count. So 2 outs on 6 pitches for Nick Green. Seth Smith will come up for Tulsa. Sun is setting here in Oklahoma. It is setting behind the third base seat, casting a very harsh glare right above Haynes' eyes on the right field wall. Smith, left-hand batter, waits. First pitch is on the outside corner. The Green slider gets ahead, 0-1. Smith grounded out in the first. He is 0 for 5 in the series and hitless his last 10 at-bats against Arkansas. And the 0-1 chased the curve in the dirt, strike 2. Green looking to make quick work of the Drillers in the third inning, much as Zach Parker did to the Travs. Pitchers mirroring each other so far. Here's the 0-2 to Smith. It's fouled straight back. They'll expect a larger crowd tomorrow, and it will be a Jimmy Buffett night atmosphere. It will be a Parrot Head night. There'll be a few thousand on hand. 2-strike pitch to Smith is a little wide off the outside corner. 1-2 to count. Travs 2, Drillers 1. We're at the bottom of the third. Arkansas picking up a win to start the series yesterday, 7-2. Here's Green's 1-2 to Smith. Fouled it on the ground outside the first base line to the dugout. And still 1-2. Travs is 13-12. They haven't had a half-season record, 2 games over 500 since the Drillers were in town at Little Rock during the home opening homestand, April 16th through the 20th. 1-2, and another foul ball into the Tulsa dugout. Smith has hit the last 2 pitches to the same spot, right into his own dugout. Travelers had a 6-3 record over the first 9 games of the year. Then the Drillers walked into Little Rock and swept a 5-game series. Travs haven't been close to 500 since. 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Got him with a moving fastball that darted low and away to Green. That is the 4th strikeout of the night for Nick. A perfect third inning will send us to the 4th. Travelers hold the lead at Tulsa, 2-1 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every time.
Los Cerritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Clark Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad at the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Traveler baseball moving into the top of the fourth here at Tulsa, Oklahoma. Arkansas leading 2-1. It's the totals here. Starting with the visiting Travs. 2 runs on 3 base hits, no errors, and 2 men left aboard. For the Drillers, it's 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, leaving 1 man on base. Bill Elton with you on the second game of this road trip. Travelers will be here in Tulsa finishing the series Saturday. And out to Springfield for a 5-game set beginning Sunday and ending next Thursday. We'll have Terry Evans leading off the fourth. First pitch is grounded up the middle with Tulowitzki moving to his left, fields it, gets rid of it just in the nick of time as Evans is thrown out by a half a step. That's 5 consecutive outs for Parker. And he has sent down 7 of 8 since Greg Porter's double put the Travs in front of the second. And here comes Porter to the plate of the fourth. 1 out, nobody on. Zach Parker's line, 3 in the third inning, surrendering 3 hits. They were back-to-back to start the second. Matt Brown, Terry Evans, and Greg Porter. Walked 1, struck out 2. Porter is in there, and here's a pitch. Swing and a miss as Parker got a fastball by him. And that Johnson whistles from the crowd, strike 1. Porter's double drove home both Brown and Evans. He's now got 46 RBIs on the season. The Parker 1-strike pitch. Change up low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Porter has now driven in 15 runs against the Drillers, which is leading the Travs as far as against Tulsa. Brandon Wood second on the team with 14 RBIs. Porter chased a fastball running inside, misses, strike 2. Porter now with a hit in 15 of 17 games. 15 RBIs during that stretch. The 1-2 pitch is pulled to first base. Routine play for Koshansky. Fields it on the second bounce. Easy put out. 3 unassisted. And that's 6 in a row set down by Parker. 2 away, and here's Matt Pauley. Pauley struck out in the second following Porter's double. He is 1 for 5 in the series with a 2-run single yesterday. Pitch on the way from Parker. And Pauley pulls it foul outside first, strike 1. Final out of Wichita today, the Wranglers crumble Springfield 11-1. 15 hits for the Wranglers. 2 homers, Alex Gordon and Angel Sanchez. Pauley whiffs on a slider. It's 0-2. 2 other games in progress. Midland leading 4-0 at Corpus Christi there in the second inning. And at the top of the third at San Antonio, Frisco and the Missions 0-0. Here's the 0-2. Pauley hits a high fly ball to straightaway center. Zarnicki underneath it with a few steps back. He makes the catch. And a perfect 4th inning for Zach Parker as the Travs go down in order for their second time. Moving into the bottom of the 4th, Travelers 2, Drillers 1 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lake Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green fees around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lake has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelake.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lake.
We are
Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDSC, North Little Rock.
Travs take that 2-1 lead to the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitchers have taken over since each team scored in the second. Nick Green has sent down the last 5 Tulsa batters, while Driller starter Zach Parker has retired 7 Travs in a row. Moving into the number 3 spot for the Drillers, Ian Stewart leads off. First pitch at the bottom of the fourth is high and wide, ball 1 to Stewart. Green over 3 innings has struck out 4 batters. He's not issued a walk and allowed 2 hits. 1-0 to Stewart. It's fouled straight back, strike 1. Stewart is 0 for 1. Flied out in the first inning and 0 for 4 in the series. First year at Double-A. Stewart listed as the top prospect for the Rockies. The 1-1 pitch is foul, tipped off Del Chiaro's mask, strike 2. Stewart selected 10th overall in the 2003 draft out of La Quinta High School in Orange County, California. Here's the 1-2 from Nick Green. Fouled back again, still 1-2. Stewart's power numbers way down from where he had been the last couple of years. He had 30 home runs at Asheville 2 years ago, 17 homers in the Cal League last year. Green's changeup popped in the shallow left, tough play, and it falls in. Picked up by the left fielder, Peel. Wood and Brown went out there. Brown slid for the ball to evade going into Peel, but he tripped up Wood, who tried to get out there as well. It fell right in between Peel, Brown, and Wood for a single, and Stewart is aboard to start the fourth. First leadoff man to reach for the Drillers. Both Wood and Brown are okay after getting their feet tangled up. Here's Joe Koshansky. Koshansky grounded out in the second inning. Travs will play for 2 as Green goes to the high stretch. Here's the pitch, and Koshansky fouls it away. Good pitch on the hand from Nick Green. Third hit for the Drillers, matching the total for Arkansas. Green has had 11 double plays turned behind him between Arkansas and Rancho. Here's the 0-1. Koshansky, a fly ball, shallow left center. That's going to fall in, a base hit. Colonel wants third base. He'll get there. Peel picks it up and flips to second. Heads up base running by the Drillers with Ian Stewart going first to third on a little flare by Koshansky. So the 3 and the 4 hitters set up Gaetti for a chance to tie the game. Well, both these little tweeners have not been hit well. Stewart was out in front of the pitch, as was Koshansky. Green's changeup is pretty solid here in the middle portions of the ball game. But that's just the way things go. Outfielders are not playing in. They're still playing in normal depth. And neither Evans nor Peel could get to those little flares. It's Gaetti who homered in the second inning at the plate. Del Chiaro waits to flash out signs to the infielders. He'll give up a tying run for a double play. Koshansky, the runner at first, is slow. Gaetti, average speed at the plate. Stewart at third. And here's the pitch. Popped out of play, strike 1. Gaetti apparently looking for a pitch to get in the air. Almost went down to a knee going after that fastball. Gaetti is a fly ball hitter. He's got an uppercut in his swing. He's made for a situation like this. Here's the 0-1. High fastball. Bend him back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gaetti hit his 12th home run of the season in the second inning. He's driven in 10 runs, homering 4 times against the Travs. The 1-1, late swing at a fastball, and Green now ahead 1-2. A strike. strikeout here would be golden. And then Christian Colonel in the on-deck circle. Green could get out of it with a double play. 1-2 pitch. Gaetti is swinging a high fly ball straight away center. Hit very well. Evans at the wall. Leaping. And he made the catch. Runner tags from third. Stewart scores. And Koshansky is off of first. They double him off. That'll be a double play, but Stewart did hold at third. I believe we shall see. They throw to third, and the plate umpire Maiden signals that he left in time. They will get the double play on a beautiful leaping catch by Terry Evans, just to the left of the batter's eye in straightaway center. Sac fly for Gaetti, but it's a sacrifice double play. That'll tie the game 2-2. And Green almost gave up. It would have been a 3-run homer. That was just a few feet away from being a 3-run jack. 8-2, 4-2, 3 on the play at first base, with Colonel taking a high fastball, and it's 1-0. Credit Gaetti with a fouled at the plate. It is still 0-2. After the error by Stewart that put Peel on base and then the double steal, Woods struck out, Brown walked, and Evans flat out to right field. This is how you score 3 runs with no hits. Parker's 2-strike pitch. Porter takes it, and that is a little bit wide off the outside corner. Spun a slider at a late break, and it was just off the plate. A ball and 2 strikes on Porter. If he reaches, Matt Pauley will be the 9th man to bat in the inning. And the 1-2, instead of throw to first, a wild throw to first by Parker. He throws it over the head of Koshansky, and here comes Peel to score the 4th run of the inning on the 3rd error of the inning. The Tulsa Drillers completely fall apart defensively here in the 5th inning. 3 errors. And Parker's wild pickoff throw just seems to cap it perfectly. 6-2, the Travs have scored 4 runs without a single hit in the 5th. A 1-2 pitch, Brown running, the pitch outside, throw to second will not be in time. Head first dive for Brown, he's in there, his 6th steal of the year. Ty Boykin likes to keep the pressure on. He was trying to force another bad throw. Porter has a chance to drive in his 3rd of the game. No one holding Brown at second. Parker gives him a look and steps off. Now the pitch to Porter. Swing and a tip. It is held on, strike 3. A very odd bottom of the 5th comes to a close, actually top of the 5th, as the Travelers score 4 runs on no base hits, 3 errors, 3 walks, and 1 man stranded. The Travelers take a 6-2 lead going into the bottom of the 5th on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Pro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test. Consider that yellow seed and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. Nothing wrong here. Test drive the John Deere at Pro Central, Arkansas, 10504 Palmwell Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Well, Phil, it's Trucker Car Night at Raywind Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Travelers team, we've got them. We're the largest trucker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Travelers team is out the proof. We're the #1 trucker car promoter in America. Be here at Raywind Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th.
Stand by.
Trucker car.
Ready.
You're listening to
Set.
Arkansas
Go.
Travelers Baseball.
Into the last of the 5th inning here at Driller Stadium as the Travelers take the lead in one of the more odd half innings you'll ever see. 4 runs on no hits, 3 errors and 3 walks, a double steal, and a wild pitch.
Actually, three stolen bases total.
3 steals, that's right. And the Travs take a 6-2 lead with the first pitch of the inning hit by Zarnicki towards third. Matt Brown makes a lunging grab of the ball and throws Zarnicki out. 1 pitch, 1 out of the 5th for Nick Green. The voice you heard coming from the other side of the broadcast booth is that of League President Tom Kaiser, who is seeing his 2nd Texas League game of the day as Tino Sanchez stands in. Tom picked a great day to be in Wichita, where I'm sure it was at least 150 degrees on the AstroTurf in the afternoon. His first pitch comes from Green, and Sanchez takes it high, ball 1. What was it like on the turf today at Lawrence Dumont, Tom?
I'm not even going to talk about the turf. Inside the stadium, there were certain areas that felt like the inside of a pizza oven.
The 1-0 to Sanchez is outside. ball, too. I guess you're showing maybe the experience, one of the experiences you had, earlier in your life. Did you work at a pizza parlor?
No, but I'll tell you what. If you put an oven on high, opened the door, and stuck your head in it, that's what it felt like, the wind blowing the stuff towards you all day. It was 109.
Oh, here's a 3-0 pitch to Sanchez. That's right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. So we feel, maybe a little steamy and uncomfortable today. The sun is down, and at least it's grass out there. But artificial turf at Lawrence Dumont Stadium playing a day game today. 3-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
About the third inning, the bat boy brought out to the home plate umpire a towel full of ice, which he promptly put on top of his head and just stood there until it was ready to get back behind home plate.
Sanchez pops the payoff behind the plate towards the third base stands. I'm going to stay in the box seats, and still 3-2 on Sanchez. Doug Bernier is on deck, so it's 2 games in 1 day for you, Tom.
5th annual.
It happens at least once a year.
Yeah, no, it always happens around this time in the second half. Plan it so it's a Tulsa-Wichita trip, and I can go to Wichita for the first 2 days, or first 2 games, and then come, see the noon game and the 7 o'clock game, and worked out very well.
Green's payoff to Sanchez has popped up again on the right side in foul territory. It's playable. Pauly comes in and makes the catch about 2/3 of the way down. That's the second out of the inning. So, Tom, being in Wichita, and I guess the big news, if we're not talking about on-field stuff in the Texas League, is the future of the Wichita Wranglers, if it's going to be in Wichita or if that future will be in Springdale, Arkansas. Is there anything that the league has a stance on this?
No, we have no stance on it because we've not been asked to consider anything at this point by the Wichita ownership. There is a lot of speculation, certainly fueled by the vote in Springdale last week. Where it will lead, we should find out fairly quickly, but there has been no resolution to this.
1 ball, no strikes on Doug Bernier. He flied out on the third. Here's Green's pitch. And got right down the middle of the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. I guess it's those, pardon me, those days after a vote where you're still kind of in between. You're waiting for the certification from the voters. There's a 1-1. Bernier foul tips at strike 2 and waiting for some kind of word from the ownership group. So I guess the people that are left in between there are the fans in Wichita, right, wondering what's going to happen with their ball club.
It's tough for everybody. There was a politician who quoted John Dandies today in the newspaper. And, John Dandies is the president of the ball club and a spokesman for the rich family that own the Wranglers.
Green's pitch in the dirt, but on a check swing, they appeal and they say it went around. That's pretty close. That's a strikeout to end the 5th inning. Tom, you picked the quickest half inning to come on.
Always happens.
Yes, it does. Hang out for a little bit. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Travelers 6, Drillers 2 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Now, it's not the job for everyone. You got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hot day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We supposed to cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, smoking good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Moving into the 6th inning here at Driller Stadium as the sun sets down and things cool off just a little bit. Travelers have taken a 6-2 lead over the Drillers, and they knock out the starting pitcher, Zach Parker, and he's replaced by Gentry Beckstead. Parker suffered through one of the oddest innings you'd ever see, giving up 4 runs in the 5th inning on no base hits, 3 errors, including an error of his own. I believe all 4 runs in that 5th inning are unearned. 2 earned runs total against Parker in 5 innings. He walked 4 batters and struck out 4 as well. Stands to be the loser with Gentry Beckstead replacing him. This is Phil Elson, joined by Texas League President Tom Kaiser here on July 19th. A hot Wednesday night here at Driller Stadium. Travs started today with a half-game lead in the North Division over the Wichita Wranglers, who were winners today 11-1 over the Cardinals.
This is not hot. This is comfortable.
I guess it's relative as Matt Pauley stands in and takes Beckstead's first pitch wide for ball 1. Now, Tom, we were talking about the situation up in Wichita with the citizens of Springdale voting for the sales tax to build a new ballpark. Pitch is low to Pauley. Ball 2. Pauley has struck out and flied out. He's 0 for 2 today. I guess the last couple of cities that we've heard when you're talking about teams that are moving in the league is a 2-0 pitch. Pauley swings and misses, strike 1. The last team to move, El Paso, going to Springfield, that was a city that I think really woke people up when it came to franchises moving. El Paso used to be one of the more stable franchises in the league. They're no longer around. Wichita is the same way. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Pauley popped it out of play. It's 2-2.
Well, Wichita is a little different in that it entered the league in '87, so that's 20 seasons. But they had not had a very successful history before that. They'd been without baseball for a number of years. They lost their AAA club.
Beckstead delivers. The 2-2 hit high and deep into right center by Pauley. Going back to the wall, Smith, and he has room. Right in front of the warning track, he'll make the catch. Pauley is out number 1.
Before the AAA club, they've been without baseball for about 12 years. So a little different situation. They've not been the kind of success that El Paso certainly had.
There was a time there during the 90s that Wichita really put together some of the better attendance numbers in the league up to that point. But I guess the last few years, and I'm never quite sure why it happened, but attendance has really dwindled the last few years at Lawrence Dumont. The pitch to Del Chiara was fouled at the plate, strike 1. Wichita is a city that has wonderful baseball history.
It does.
It might not be great professional baseball history. That might be where the problem lies.
One of the problems that they were saddled with was the original owner of the Wichita Texas League franchise was Larry Schmitto, and he had put a lot of tickets out there and get people into the ballpark. And that was inherited by the Rich family. Where you see the drop-off in attendance is because they stopped that just to, they found that the people weren't spending any money, even though they were coming to the ballpark. They didn't have money to spend when they got there. And that's where you saw the decline in the attendance, and they've really never recovered from that.
Beckstead 0-2 to Del Chiara. Foul tipped off the plate umpire. Maiden took it on the right shoulder. It seems to be okay. He'll walk halfway out to the mound and flip the ball out to Beckstead. Still 0-2 on Del Chiara. 1 out, nobody on in the 6th. The Travs leading by 4. 6-2.
I tell you what, it amazes me how the umpires and catchers, how often they're hit, and how often they make it appear as if it's day at the beach, no problem.
The other thing, it has something to do with the catcher-umpire relationship, is that when one guy gets hit by a foul tip, the other will do something to give him time to, shake it off.
But the other side of that is you'll see them, one or the other the next day.
Beckstead delivers and strikes out Del Chiara swinging with a slider. 2 away in the 6th. And you'll bring up Rodland.
You'll see some of the most shocking bruises. Umpires, the common places for them to get hit: back of the hand, forearm, bicep, inside of the leg, upper thigh. And I've seen guys that have been black and blue from, the knee to their crotch, and it's like, oh yeah, I got hit 2 days ago. It's fine. And it's like I wouldn't have been able to walk.
Rodland has been on base twice, couple of walks. First pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. You can see all kinds of very interesting colors in those bruises on the foul balls that go straight back. And every once in a while, you see an umpire take it on the face The 0-1 to Rodland. That's inside 1 ball, 1 strike. One of this year's Texas League umpires, Jason Stein, 2 years ago had his jaw shattered.
Actually, it was last year.
Was it last year?
Last year had his jaw broken with a foul ball that hit him right on the point of his mouth.
That's right. 2 years ago, Stein shattered his wrist.
Right.
1 to Rodland is outside 2-1.
10 days after he'd come back from a knee injury that had cost him some time. So it's not a knee. It's not without peril. It's a tough game for those guys.
2-1 pitch to Eric. Right on the outside corner, 2-2.
Of course, when you talk to Bill Valentine, former umpire, general manager of the Arkansas Travelers for the past 30 years, and he operated with a balloon. And people don't know what a balloon chest protector is.
2-2 is just off the plate.
Because they really stopped using them in the 60s or 70s.
Is the balloon the thing that I would see they kind of put their arms through?
Right, exactly.
A big shield.
It's a big shield, depression for your chin, and 2 straps on the left that your left arm goes into at the crook of the elbow and the hand so that they could place it up underneath. And it protects the shoulders and everything, everything can get behind it. And Bill said, I don't think he ever got hurt.
Payoff to Rodland. Slicing line drive down the left field line, a base hit. Gaetti cuts it off, and he'll hold Rodland to a single. Base hit number 4 for the Travelers, and now they've collected the same amount of hits as the Drillers. 4 base hits for each team, but the Travelers lead in the run column 6-2. During those 60s, I think, Tom, the American League used the balloon.
Correct.
The National League did not.
That's correct. They've gone to the inside chest protector.
That was one of the differences between the leagues, and, of course, there's not many now, except the DH.
That's about it. And the ability to win an all-star game.
Haynes at the top of the order, and the pitch is low, ball 1. Well, I'm glad you brought it up, Tom. You were at the all-star game.
I was.
You were there. You were in Pittsburgh.
Dying in the 9th inning.
Painful to watch, although still.
Great game.
There's nothing quite like a good all-star game.
It was a fantastic all-star game, and, of course, I'll show my Pittsburgh roots.
1-0 pitch to Haynes is a low ball, 2.
Just thrilled by Freddie Sanchez of the Pirates, who made a spectacular play at shortstop. Another good play when he shifted over another inning later at second base. He made, I think, 3 above average and 1 outstanding defensive plays, and of course, the fans in Pittsburgh just loved it.
2-0 to Haynes. Hard ground ball up the middle, but it's gloved by Bernier, moving to his right. He'll flip to the shortstop, Tulowitzki. They force Rodland at second, and the top of the 6th comes to a close. Finishing off his thoughts about the All-Star game, Texas League roots. Michael Young, former Driller, comes up with a game-winning hit. Travelers get no runs in the 6th on 1 hit. They strand a man. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Arkansas 6, Tulsa 2. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America, Little Rock 1380.
Hey, Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org. or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We come back for the last of the 6th inning at Tulsa's Driller Stadium. Phil Elson joined by Texas League President Tom Kaiser. Travelers leading 6-2. Scored 4 unearned runs in the top of the 5th with no base hit. 3 Tulsa errors doing all the damage. Nick Green making it stand so far. Troy Tulowitzki leads off the 6th and takes a pitch outside. Green in 5 innings has struck out 5 batters. He surrendered 2 runs on 4 hits. Tulowitzki is 0 for 2. Here's the green, a 1-ball pitch, and Tulowitzki shoots it to the gap in right center field. That's in there for an extra base hit. Haynes fielding it at the warning track. Tulowitzki will hold at second, standing there with a leadoff double. Double number 23 in the air, and the Drillers have a chance to bring home a run here with Seth Smith coming up next. Smith is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and struck out. Tom, I've mentioned a couple of times during this series that if things happen with the Wichita Wranglers as some people think, if they move to Springdale, then by 2008, Driller Stadium is going to be the oldest ballpark in the Texas League, and it was opened in 1981. Pitch to Smith. It's a high fly ball, left of center. Evans going into the gap underneath it. He makes the catch. Tulowitzki holding. Evans' throw coming to Wood in front of third base, 1 away. And Stewart up next.
Well, and not only that, this club is in negotiations for a new ballpark with development that would potentially put a ballpark downtown that could be open in 08 or 09, which would mean that San Antonio could possibly be the oldest ballpark in the next couple of years.
And the Wolf opened in 96, 94? 94. Wow. I mean, that's a ballpark that's not even 13 years old yet.
Well, if everything that we're speculating about does occur.
Pitch to Stewart is in there for a strike, 0-1.
And it certainly isn't set, but we have the potential to open 7 new ballparks in 7 years. 8 in the decade when you count Round Rock, which opened in 2000. It's unheard of.
Stewart ready, and here's the 0-1. And a fly ball to right field. Haynes coming in. He makes the running catch. Tulowitzki holds 2 away. I'm trying to think in my mind, Tom, when's the last year that the Texas League did not open a brand new ballpark? We're just going back last year, Hammons Field, 2000, and Whataburger Field last year. 2004, I don't think there was a new ballpark that opened.
2000, none in 2001, 2002.
2002, Midland.
2003, Frisco.
Was Frisco. 04, I don't think there was.
Nothing in 04. So we nothing in 01 and 04, and 2 and 05, nothing this year.
Obviously,
1 and 07
next year. It's to Koshansky, swing and a miss. Nice fastball at the fifth, and Green ahead 0-1.
So it's somebody, I think Commissioner Selig said it. This is the golden era of baseball, and I don't think there's any way we can dispute that at the major league level or the minor league level with the way we're.
Koshansky fouls the 1-strike pitch off his foot.
The way we're building and developing, new facilities, new markets. Major League Baseball is doing the same. I mean, we're in the second year after 2 new teams came into the league, and at the 4th of July, we were on schedule to break last year's attendance record, which was the best in our history, which is again not conforming to patterns that you would expect. And then next year we'll have a jump in attendance, obviously, with the new ballpark in Little Rock, North Little Rock.
Green coming set. 0-2 to Koshansky. Struck him out looking. Backdoor slider. The back door is open. Strikeout number 6 for Nick Green. He pitches around Tulowitzki's leadoff double. Strands him at second. Tom, stick around while you've been here. The Travs have taken a 6-2 lead. We'll go to the 7th. Travs up by 4 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live. Make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's all state stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, North Carolina.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We come to the seventh inning here at Driller Stadium. Travelers out to a 6-2 lead over Tulsa. To the totals here in the start of the seventh, Travelers have scored 6 runs on 4 base hits, committing no errors. They've left on 4. Tulsa, 2 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors. Drillers have stranded 2. Aaron Peel leads off in the seventh and takes a strike from Gentry Beckstead, who's in the second inning of work. Beckstead a scoreless 6th after Zach Parker gave up 6 runs, 2 earned on 3 hits and 4 walks in 5 innings. Peel waiting for the 1-strike pitch, and here it is. And that is on the outside corner, strike 0-2.
My good friend, Aaron Peel.
Your very good friend, Aaron Peel. That's right, Tom Kaiser. I guess when we last saw Tom at San Antonio, that's around the time that Peel had been ejected from a ball game for using a batting practice bat that had tape on the barrel. And the 0-2 from Beckstead comes. Peel sliced it back into the net, still 0-2. Well, I had you on the air that night, Tom, and I had asked if, do you think you may suspend Peel for using a doctored bat? And I know you didn't suspend him, but, well, you almost suspended the whole team. And I'll have to let you take it from there. As Beck said,
well, we just were having some fun, and,
2-strike pitch and fouled back, still 0-2.
Geez, that might have hit him if he hadn't swung at it. I figured that, he was embarrassed enough by losing a single and going up there with an obviously illegal bat, but I had some fun by, saying I was going to fine Brandon Wood and the rest of the team $100 apiece and suspend them if they didn't pay it. And
another 2-strike pitch. Chopper down the line at third, foul by about a half a foot, still 0-2. But I guess what you did there is you took the blame away from Peel and put it squarely on the shoulders of his teammates.
Of everybody else on the field for not noticing that he had an obviously illegal bat in his hand.
And, in this letter, and obviously Ty Boykin was in on the joke, and the rest of the coaching staff was too, but the players were not, and they were under the impression that all of them were going to be fined at about $100 apiece.
No, it was a collective $100.
Peel a ground ball to short, easy for Tulowitzki to field it, fires across, and Peel is recorded out 6-3. That'll bring up Brandon Wood.
And it was more to the point like, hey, you got to take care of your teammate on that one. Throw a bat on the field. Scream time. Have somebody run up there with a bat in his hand.
Well, the next day, Aaron had, and he had done this himself, he had put tape on the bat that said, "This is a batting practice bat. Do not use during a game," in big, bold letters made in Sharpie pen.
I have a picture of that bat because the clubhouse guy took a picture of it and he emailed it to me. That's going to go in the evidence bag.
Mr. Wood is on the inside corner, a called strike. Wood is 0 for 3.
I did. I took the umpire's report and the letter I wrote, stuffed it in an envelope, and taped it to the bat so that in future somebody doesn't have to guess why I've got this ugly broken bat in my closet.
1-strike pitch to Wood is up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's nice to have a situation like that where, it involves something that could warrant a suspension. Obviously,
Sure.
It wasn't anything that Aaron did on purpose.
If there had been an intention to deceive.
Brandon a swing and a miss of the fastball, 1-2.
Which there obviously was not. He was absolutely embarrassed as he could be, down to the roots of his toenails.
To add to it, Aaron's father had driven all the way from...
Oh, he came down from Austin where he was in a conference.
Right, the 1-2 to Wood. He looks at strike 3, and there's 2 outs.
Arrived just in time to see his son get thrown out of the ball game.
He had driven all that way, came to the ballpark, rushed in there to see his son at the plate and was able to see him run away from first base after using an illegal bat. I guess Aaron did hear about it.
Oh, and I talked to him in the ballpark. I had him summoned to me, and he came out of the stands with eyes, big as saucers. And it's like, oh, now what?
Matt Brown, the batter, he's been on base twice. Beckstead comes the slider and gets ahead 0-1. Trav 6, Drillers 2, top of the 7th. Brown is singled, grounded out, walked, stolen a base and scored a run. Ekstead, 0-1 pitch to Brown is fouled back, strike 2.
And I guess what Ty had told me is that there were a couple of guys that said, well, we did see something, but we didn't know what to do. And I think this letter sort of reinforces it's like, hey, pick your teammate up.
Well, as G.I. Joe always said, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. When you see him with that bat next time, get him. Pitch to Brown, fouled back again. Late swing on the high fastball. Count remains 0-2.
I mean, even if hey, knucklehead, hold up his bat.
Well, it's just one of those things that I guess you never expect to see at a ball game, but then again, you end up seeing it anyway. And I think one thing for certain, we won't see that with any one of the ball players on this Travelers team again. Here's the 0-2. Brown fouls it off the catcher. 3 consecutive fouls, still 0-2. Speaking of some things that we've seen recently, Tom, we've only got another strike left here, but seen some real blowouts in the league recently. Tulsa traded
19-run games,
17-run win blowouts with Frisco. Springfield and Wichita, the last couple of days, have each blown each other out. Trav haven't been involved in a blowout in a while. 0-2 to Brown, chased one in the third and missed. Strike 3. The ball fumbled by Sanchez, recovers just in time to throw to first to get the out. 2-3 in the putout. Trav's down in order in the 7th inning. So the Travs do not score for the second consecutive inning. They take a 6-2 lead to the bottom of the 7th here at Tulsa on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is a proud supporter of American auto racing. From the down and dirty action of local dirt tracks all the way to the ultimate thrill of NASCAR, we're dedicated to racing and racing fans. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts at better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. New windows? You know you need them. Your energy bills are high, and your home is uncomfortable when your windows are drafty and noisy. So who can you count on for energy-efficient windows at a fair price? Sears Home Services. Call Sears now for a free in-home consultation and estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl framed windows have multi-paned glass that may help reduce your energy costs. They glide in smoothly, tilt in for easy cleaning, and are virtually maintenance-free. And Sears makes getting your new custom-fit windows easy and affordable. Just call 1-800-531-7785 for a free in-home estimate. Not available in all areas. Energy savings may vary depending on your home and windows selected. Ask your representative for written warranty. Products and services provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License number available on request. So replace your old windows. Call Sears now at 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Coming back for the last of the 7th inning here at Driller Stadium, Arkansas leading 6-2. Travelers lead the division by a half game over Wichita, game and a half over Springfield. Nick Green, fine game so far, delivers to Joe Gaetti a high fastball. Gaetti responsible for both RBIs against Green, a home run of the second, and then Gaetti hit a drive in the 4th that went to the center field wall. Terry Evans made a wonderful leaping catch. A 1-0 pitch is in there, a strike. On that catch by Evans, Ian Stewart tagged up and scored from third base, but Koshansky, who was at first base with a single, did not tag up, and he was doubled off instead. Here's the 1-1 to Gaetti. Green's breaking ball is outside, 2-1. Over 6 innings, Green has surrendered 5 hits, both runs earned. He's walked none and struck out 6 batters. And his 2-1 to Gaetti is high, ball 3.
I like the looks of this young man. This is the first time I've seen him throw. Long, lean, whip action, throws hard.
3-1 delivery. Gaetti is swinging a miss to the high fastball. You know, Tom, I think most people when they first watch Nick Green pitch, what they notice first is his demeanor on the mound. He carries a good demeanor on the pitcher's mound. 3-2. Fly ball shallow right. Haynes got a late break, sprints in and gets there anyway to make the catch. Nick is virtually emotionless on the pitcher's mound. His pitching motion is the same time and time again. And you would never know if he's rattled or not. He just has a very professional approach at the game of pitching. And I think that's one thing that Ty Boykin and Ken Patterson have been very impressed with. You watch Nick pitch, it doesn't look like it's his third year as a pro. He doesn't pitch like he's 21 years old.
Wow.
But yet those are the facts.
Right. And, of course, with the addition of Green and Arredondo lately, your pitching staff looks a lot healthier.
Christian Colonel, the batter, and the pitch comes. Shows bunt, got it down with foul, strike one. Starting pitching has definitely been a strength recently. Rafael Rodriguez, outstanding job yesterday. As we mentioned, Arredondo and Green have been pitching pretty well. Chris Hunter has still struggled, and he'll be making the start in the fourth game of the series on Friday. Pitching the dirt to Colonel makes it 1-1. Jesse Smith should be returning to the Travs rotation for the start of the series at Springfield Sunday. It's a 1-1. Colonel, a foul ball in the air, out of play. Smith yesterday, 7 innings in his AAA debut for Salt Lake on a no decision. He's won it in 10 innings anyway. 7 innings, 1 run unearned for Smith. Didn't walk a batter and struck out 6. One of his better starts of the year, even if you're just counting what he's done with the Travs. Here's a 1-2 to Colonel. And he grounds it foul. Staying on the starting pitching, James Holcomb is no longer with the ball club. He is still on the disabled list with that sore lower back, and the Angels are not letting him throw now. He's at Tempe and is rehabbing at the Angels minor league complex in Tempe, Arizona. So Holcomb not with the ball club now. Here's Green's 1-2 to Colonel. And a check swing. He went across on the pitch in the dirt. Del Chiaro blocks it, watches the ball roll in front, picks it up, and fires for the strikeout. 7 strikeouts for Nick Green. That ties his AA high. Colonel 1 for 3 as Jordan Zarnicki stands in next. Tom, we were talking about the blowouts that we've seen recently. We've got another one in the league today, 2 of them, in fact. Wichita beat Springfield at a game that you were at earlier, 11-1. And San Antonio just completed a 7-run rally in the 4th to take a 10-0 lead over Frisco into the 5th inning.
Hey, the San Antonio club's going to cause some trouble in that Western or the Southern Division this year.
Zarnicki with a high drive into right center, but Haynes gets there and makes the catch. A rather easy 1-2-3 inning for Nick Green. And just as you were going to make a point,
we'll finish that thought next half inning.
We go to the top of the 8th. The Travelers 6 and the Drillers 2 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Here's the line that's sitting on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travs have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, technical standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at Travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you can buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Driller Stadium, where Arkansas carries a 6-2 lead into the top of the 8th, facing their 3rd Tulsa pitcher of the night. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T, your world delivered. New pitcher is Judd Songster. He replaces Gentry Beckstead. Beckstead went the 6th and the 7th, striking out 3, giving up 1 hit and no runs. Songster who is a hard-throwing righty, stands 6'3", weighs 195 pounds. Songster making his 30th appearance of the year. He's won a game, lost none, has a 4.15 ERA. This is Phil Elson with you on the broadcast. We've got Benny Petrie back at the studios in Sherwood, joined also by Texas League President Tom Kaiser for the last few innings. When Tom joined us, the Travs were in the throes of a 4-run rally in the fifth with no hits, 3 Tulsa errors, and 3 walks. That broke a 2-2 tie and have motored through the last 2.5 innings since. Kerry Evans leads off the 8th against Songster. Evans is 1 for 3. Singleton scored in the second. Songster's pitch is cut on and missed, a high fastball, and Evans goes through it, strike 1. Tommy, we were talking about the strength of the San Antonio Missions, who are pummeling Frisco 10-0.
Well, they've had just a ton of changes in the second half, and then all of a sudden they've got 5 starting pitchers that probably are major league prospects.
Oh, when the Evans is fouled at the plate, strike 2.
You know, they had Blackley and Bizzardo and Fearbend, and they added a kid named
Robert Rohrbaugh.
And then Travis Chick in the trade for Guardado.
That's right. We didn't see Chick.
Oh, I saw him throw, and he threw very well.
2-strike pitch to Evans. Inside, ball 1.
You know, he threw a very good game up at Springfield, and then 2 days later, or the next day, Springfield shut out San Antonio, or the other way around. Travis Blackley shut out Springfield 7-0. But I can't remember a time when there was one club that had 5 guys that...
1-2 to Evans. Strike 3 called, 1 away. The fastball out the outside corner.
You know, very regarded well enough that they all could pitch in the big leagues.
The other thing about the Missions is this was an offense that really had trouble in the first half getting any kind of run support for their pitching staff. It was really just Vladimir Ballantine and Brian LaHare and the rest of the crew. But now it's turning into a balanced offensive attack with some guys that can really mash. Porter stands into the pitch. It's low, ball 1. Porter's 2-run double gave the Travs the lead in the second, and the Missions tied it. And Porter hitless since. He's 1 for 3.
Well, you've got Ballantine, who's maturing. You've got Jason Bourgeois, who's an occasional player, but a good Texas League veteran.
1-0 to Porter. Fly ball to the left center gap, chasing Gaetti, and he makes the catch. There's 2 away.
And
Mike Wilson is a guy who really impresses me. This is a guy who takes a serious swing, but he's also got legitimate big league power to go along with that big swing.
Well, they brought in, they lost Brian LaHare, their first baseman, John Nelson, Castro, a lot of people, Clement to injury, and then the people that they brought in, like Hubbard, Wilson, Chin, are all hitting very well.
Matt Pauley, the batter, 0 for 3. Songster's pitch in the third, but Pauley couldn't hold back the check swing and went across. Strike 1. Well, San Antonio tied with Corpus Christi atop the South Division. And Corpus losing 4-0 to Midland here in the 6th. Pauley's broken bat flare going to short. Tulowitzki there to make the catch. Side retired in order. Travelers haven't done much offensively really for the whole game. They've had only 1 base hit since the second, but still scored the 400 runs in the 5th. 6-2 Arkansas. Travs lead going into the last of the 8th on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know. But think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant, also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers.
Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers.
Back here at Driller Stadium as the Travelers lead 6-2, and Nick Green comes back for an 8th inning of work. Green has been stupendous in 7 innings. He has held Tulsa, a pretty good hitting team, to only 5 hits, 2 runs. They haven't scored since the 4th. Green is working on a string of 6 consecutive outs as he faces Tino Sanchez leading off the 8th. Phil Elson joined by League President Tom Kaiser. Sanchez hits the first pitch to hit into right field. Haynes in few feet to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 8th. Green going 7 and the 3rd innings. 97 pitches. And Doug Bernier stands in next for Tulsa. Bernier, a strikeout and a flyout today. Green struck him out last time up. Tall, lean right-hand pitcher comes home, and it is outside, ball 1.
It reminds you of a young Satchel Paige with that kind of build. Very, very slender.
Now the 1-0 comes from Green, and it's up high, ball 2. That's true. I mean, Nick does have those long arms, long legs, hides the ball pretty well. And also seems to have that same laid-back air on the mound. The 2-0 is at the knees, a strike to Bernier, 2-1. You know, it's nice to see, and occasionally a pitcher needs to get fired up and work himself into a tizzy to maybe focus at times. It works for some relievers. Here's the 2-1 to Bernier. Swing and a miss, strike 2. But with Nick, it's just, you see him right in here on the mound, it's the same he's going to look the next time out or the time after that.
But, you know, I have to go back to my youth because some of those pitchers are whom I remember.
Bernier slaps a fly to shallow center. Here comes Evans diving. It got past him. Backed up by Peel. Bernier chugs to second and holds with a double. Well, Evans didn't have too much of a chance to get after that one, but gave all the effort he could. When he dove, it was already in the grass in front of him and got over his head. Good thing Peel was there, otherwise Bernier had a triple. Base hit number 6 for the Drillers.
And I can remember a Don Drysdale standing out on the mound looking very imposing, but aside from the fact that he had a snarl on his lips, you wouldn't know what was happening to him in the game. He just went right after you. Bob Gibson the same way.
Tulowitzki, the hitter, and the pitch is flared into right field. Haynes a few feet in, there to make the catch, and there's 2 outs. Tulowitzki 1 for 4. Yeah, I guess the thing about Drysdale and Gibson, that sneer was always there, no matter what. I mean, you're right. I mean, they still took the same kind of mentality and approach on the mound, no matter what the situation was. And I think Nick Green is the same way.
I think really the first time you ever saw anybody really animated on the mound was a Ryboski.
A former Traveler.
Right. Al Ryboski was the one that, did the stomp around the Mad Hungarian act. And then you started to see a few more, especially relievers, show some emotion. Jose Lima as a starting pitcher became really the first animated starting pitcher.
It doesn't seem to be starting pitching to me doesn't seem to be the kind of job where you can be so worked up as the pitch to Smith is high for ball 1. I mean, take a night like this, 100 degrees when you throw your first pitch. Can you really be so intense and so worked up that all your energy sometimes is focused on your intense nature? Pitch to Smith, ground ball up the middle. It's a base hit to center, and he'll drive in Bernier to get the Drillers within 3 runs. Smith's first base hit of the series after he was hitless his first 7 trips. 2-out single makes it 6-3.
I think that the position lends itself to the under control nature of pitching. if you're in there for one inning and you're going to gas it, you can afford to throw all of your emotion into the few pitches that you're going to throw that inning. As a starting pitcher, you're looking to go 6, 7, 8, 9 innings. You've got to be under control. You can't let emotion sap your strength.
And Green certainly has that kind of mentality on the hill. Ian Stewart, the batter. First pitch fouled in the air down the left side, 0-1. Travelers 6, Drillers 3. Tulsa out hitting Arkansas 7-4. The big number on the scoreboard, 3 errors by the Drillers, all coming in a 4-run 5th inning rally by Arkansas. Stewart is 1 for 3. He's flat out twice and blooped a single in the 4th and scored. Pitch from Green is high, ball 1.
Wonder if Tulsa manager Stu Cole will have a little extra infield tomorrow.
I just don't think this is the time of year where you work the players too hard. 1-1 to Stewart. Is down low, ball 2. But, I mean, your point is certainly well taken, Tom, that the Drillers have not had a very strong game defensively. 3 errors, each leading to at least 1 run in the 5th inning. Early work this time of year is not welcome, I think, by not only players but by managers as well. But I can remember Doug Sisson, who managed the 2002 Travs to a last-place finish. He seemed to take out every loss on the team with early work. 2-1 to Stewart is high and outside, ball 3. In fact, I think Ty Boykin is making batting practice optional on either Thursday or Friday. 3-1 pitch. Stewart, a foul ball out of play down the left side. Can't tell if anybody's warming up in the bullpen, but if Stewart reaches base, Joe Koshansky will stand in to represent the tying run. A pretty critical spot here for Green, who hasn't faced much pressure since Tulsa tied the game in the 4th. Runner will take off. 3-2 to Stewart. Fouled it straight back. Still full. Tulsa with 1 run in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 more here in the 8th. Bernier at a 1-out double. Scores on the Smith 2-out single. Stewart and Green with a 3-2 count. Smith leading away. Pauly behind the runner. The pitch is a ground ball to first base. Pauly will pick it up. An easy run to first. And the side retired in the 8th. The Drillers score once on 2 base hits. They strand a man. Tom, it's been a pleasure as always. And if you're at the ballpark tomorrow, please come up.
Glad to be here. Glad to be with you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
6-3. The Travelers take the lead into the 9th on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you? Yes, I need help. All right, sir, what's the problem? I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste. Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer. Okay. Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Okay. Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patience. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Well, Phil, it's Clunker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest clunker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free, and the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 clunker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Winder Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free clunker car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Coming into the 9th and hopefully final inning at Driller Stadium, Arkansas leading 6-3 in search for their second straight win in this series. It would be their 3rd consecutive victory against Tulsa. Travs built a 4-run lead, scoring 4 unearned runs in the top of the 5th. Drillers finally bring home another in the 8th. Josh Newman has come on to relieve in the ninth for Tulsa, pitching in his league-high 43rd game of the year. Newman is the fourth Tulsa pitcher of the night, replacing Judge Songster, pitched a 1-2-3-8 inning, struck out a batter. Newman, 7 wins, 2 losses, 2.35 ERA, and 42 games out of the pen. It'll be Brent Del Chiaro to lead off. Del Chiaro, 2 strikeouts and a walk. First pitch is waved at and missed, strike 1. Del Chiaro started what could be the deciding rally in the 5th inning, taking the leadoff walk from Parker on 4 pitches. An 0-1 under the knees from Newman, 1 ball, 1 strike. Del Chiaro walked in the 5th, followed by Rodlin's base on balls. And now the 1-1 comes from Newman. Low to Del Chiaro, ball 2, 2-1. Nathan Haynes would put down a sacrifice bunt to move the runners up, but the throw from the catcher Sanchez was into Haynes, and Wild going into right field, scoring Del Chiaro. 2-1 pitch, ball 3 outside. Haynes went to second on the bad throw, and then Aaron Peel's ground ball to third was misplayed by Stewart into an error, which scored Rodlin with the second run of the 5th. Haynes took third on the error, and then when Peel was picked off of first by the pitcher, he would run to second. Del Chiaro fouls one back, still 3-2. Koshansky's throw to second, trying to catch Peel stealing, was wide, and Haynes came to score on the play from third. So that was a double steal, scoring the third run of the inning, and the Travs would get their 4th run of the inning on an errant pickoff throw by Parker, which scored Peel from third base. Del Chiaro, a line drive to left. Gaetti plays it on a bounce, and there's a leadoff single for Brent Del Chiaro. Just the second Traveler base hit since the 2nd inning. And Eric Rodlin is up next. Rodlin up to the plate for the 4th time. He's been on base each of his last 3 chances at the plate. He's walked twice, singled once, and a pitch coming inside, ball 1. Travs leading by 3. Tulsa has their cleanup batter, Koshansky, leading off in the 9th inning. A 1-0 pitch. Rodlin takes a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Newman getting a look at Del Chiaro, leading away at first. And the 1-1 to Rodlin is fouled straight back, strike 2. The Angels lost today, losing to the Cleveland Indians 6-4. That breaks an 8-game winning streak for the Angels. John Lackey takes the loss, gave up his first run in 3 starts, drops to 8-6. Paul Bird, the winner. Bob Wickman saved his 15th. A 1-2 pitch from Newman. Rodlin swings and misses, strike 3. 1 away in the 9th. Strikeout number 9 for the Driller pitching staff. Nathan Haynes standing in. Haynes 0 for 3. But in the 5th inning, when he put down the sacrifice bunt, possibly the most important play of the game, Sanchez's throw was wild, allowing a run to score, and Haynes would score himself on a double steal. Del Chiaro, the base runner, 1 out. And the pitch from Newman. Inside, ball 1. Driller affiliate Colorado was defeated at Pittsburgh today, 6-5. Zach Duke, the winner, 7-8. Jason Jennings drops to 6-8. Mike Gonzalez saved his 15th. Haynes, the pop-up. Third base line and foul grounds. Ian Stewart is there to break the catch, and there's 2 outs in the 9th. Aaron Peel up next. Cardinals, one of the few games that's in progress right now. Keel standing in. He is 0 for 4. Reached on an error in the 5th. He was credited with an RBI. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Apparently that Braves and Cardinals game being delayed due to damage to Busch Stadium from a storm. High winds came through St. Louis, blew out press box windows, and ripped the tarp at New Busch. He'll a foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike. Thankfully, no injuries. Concession stands were knocked over. Debris flooded the area. And goodness, their first year in a new ballpark, and the Cardinals dealing with damage to that park already. Field fouls went out of play. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Travelers 6, Drillers 3. We're on the top of the 9th. Game 3 of the series tomorrow. Jose Arredondo takes the hill looking for his 3rd win. Steven Register will pitch for the Drillers. He's had a tough season with a 4.90 ERA and 7 losses. Del Chiaro runs and Peel takes a high fastball. The throw to second will not be in time. Brent Del Chiaro with a stolen base, his first of the year. Stolen base number 3 in Del Chiaro's career and his first since 2004. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Aaron Peel, and the pitch from Newman strikes him out swinging with a changeup. The inning is over. No runs for the Travs on 1 hit. They strand a man. Will go to the last of the 9th, and the Travs lead it 6-3 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you? Yes, I need help. All right, sir, what's the problem? I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste. Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer. Okay. Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Okay. Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers make a change to start the 9th inning. And it will be right-hander Bob Zimmerman replacing Nick Green. Green, 8 innings pitched, surrendering 7 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked none, struck out 7. Altogether, a fine performance for Green, who threw 112 pitches in his 8 innings of work. Longest start for Green at Double-A. Tied his strikeout high and came back after a couple of tough appearances. He's pitched the Travelers to a 6-3 lead into the 9th, and now it's Zimmerman who will try for his first save since April 15th. Zimmerman got saved in 2 of his first 3 outings as a Traveler. But then injuries and ineffectiveness set in, and Zimmerman has just now started to turn his season around. Last 3 times out, Zim has allowed just 1 run over 7 1/3 innings. Overall, this will be his 20th appearance of the year, all out of the bullpen. 1 win, 2 losses, 2 saves, with a 6.26 earned run average. Trying to save this one for Green. Zimmerman facing the 4, 5, and 6 batters. Joe Koshansky leads off for Tulsa. Gaetti and Colonel are due up next. 6'5" native of St. Louis. Diggs on top of the mound. Koshansky, left-hand batter, is 1 for 3 with a bloop single. First pitch of the inning is outside, ball 1. Travs have recorded 16 saves this year, and of the active pitching staff, there are 5 pitchers with at least 1 save. The 1-0, it's outside the Koshansky, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Rich Thompson is the team leader at 5 saves in 6 chances. Bill Edwards and Miguel Gonzalez, 3 saves each. The pitch from Zimmerman, ground ball to second. Rodlin scoops it up and throws Koshansky out. 1 away in the 9th. Ty Boykin has been auditioning closers recently. Rich Thompson has pitched very well. And Zimmerman making a case to perhaps share the closer duties. But Boykin had mentioned last night that he's going to start giving the ball to Zimmerman in save situations. And Zimmerman will dictate himself whether or not Ty uses him in spots like that again. Here's Gaetti. First pitch is in there for a strike. Zimmerman pitching with confidence these days. And he seems to want the ball, which Boykin has said seems to be a big difference for Zimmerman. Here's the 0-1 to Gaetti. Check swing and a tight fastball. He did not go. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gaetti, couple of RBIs, home run of the 2nd, a solo shot, his 12th. Sacrifice fly in the 4th on a ball that was hit to the wall, and a beautiful leaping catch by Terry Evans to take away an extra base hit. 1-1. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. Kristen Colonel on deck. Zimmerman looking to save a 6-3 ball game in the 9th. The stretch on the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. Gaetti climbing the ladder on the high heat from Zimmerman. If Zimmerman pitches like the Angels have expected him to, as he's been closing games the last 2 years at single A, and the Travs would have a pretty good hammer out there in the bullpen. And if Thompson pitches pretty well too, then the Travs will have a nice 1-2 punch. The bullpen is starting to turn things around. 1-2 from Zimmerman. Fly ball foul, out of play, down the right side and over the roof. The Travs win this ball game. They should thank the Tulsa Drillers. Tulsa, for all intents and purposes, handed the Travs 4 runs in the 5th. Can't remember any time that I've seen a team score 4 runs on the aid of no base hits. Not a single hit in that 5th inning. 3 Tulsa errors, 3 walks, 3 steals. 1-2 pitch to Gaetti. Up high, ball 2. So the Drillers' problems on the field has been part of the story, but Nick Green's outstanding performance probably gets the headline. 2-2 pitch. Gaetti takes a little low, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Bob Zimmerman to Joe Gaetti. Zim has struck out 12 on the year, walked 16, allowing a .292 batting average. The kick, the payoff. It's a fly ball into straightaway center. Evans coming in a few feet. Can of corn for Terry, and there's 2 outs. one more out, and the Travelers will take a full one-game lead over Wichita. They would have a two-game lead over Springfield, and Tulsa will fall 4.5 games out. Here's Christian Colonel. Colonel is 1 for 3, doubled, popped up and struck out. Zimmerman trying to finish this game with a perfect ninth. His first pitch to Colonel, a called strike. The kick in the 0-1 to Colonel. That is under the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Travs. The Drillers, 3 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. A very odd game, but the Travelers have not beaten themselves. They've taken advantage of the Drillers. 1-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. Slider hit the inside black on Colonel. Count 1-2 on the Driller 6-hitter. Here it is. It's low. 2-2 count. Travelers lost 9 of their first 10 games to Tulsa. A win tonight makes it victories in 7 of their last 11 against the Drillers. Drillers losing their last 7 games at home. It's about to be 8 in a row. The stretch on the 2-2 from Zimmerman. It's a bouncing ball foul. Goes to the third base dugout. And the count remains even, 2-2 on Colonel. Zimmerman gets a new baseball, walks on top, trying for his 3rd save of the year. Needs 1 more strike. Here it is. Line drive to right. Haynes there. He makes the catch, the inning, and the game over. Travelers come into Tulsa. They've taken the first 2 games of this critical 5-game set. With your final score tonight, the Travelers 6 and the Drillers 3. You can't put it in the books. The win goes to Nick Green. He is 5-1. Zach Parker takes the loss. He is 1-1. The save for Bob Zimmerman, his 3rd. And the Travelers make it 2 wins in a row against Tulsa, 3 in a row against the Drillers, counting 2 weeks ago. 6-3 the final. The final totals and the recap are next on the Allstate Insurance postgame report. This has been Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new home thousands of breathless spectators. In Radiator Field 74 years old, home of the Trash, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstiles. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winder Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray Winder Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the season? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safely. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's all Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. At Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire Property Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer?
I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Weird. I mean, I remember eating the wings.
Yeah, the wings were good.
Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer?
I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again,
Stand by.
here's the voice of the Arkansas
Ready.
Travelers,
Set.
Nelson.
Go.
Back at Tulsa for the Allstate Insurance post-game report. Travs victorious for the second time in a row. They've now won 13 of 20 games. Final score tonight, Arkansas 6 and Tulsa 3. Phil Elson with you for the Allstate Insurance post-game report. Unofficially, the final totals show the Travelers with 6 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They stranded 5. The Drillers 3 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, 3 men left on base. Recapping the ball game, Travs got ahead in the second against starter Zach Parker of Tulsa. Matt Brown stroked a leadoff single, extending a hitting streak to 13 games. Terry Evans then got a base hit to right field, moving Brown to third. Both men scored when Greg Porter hit a fly ball down the left field line that landed fair and bounced to the corner. Brown and Evans scoring 2-0 Travelers. Drillers got within a run of the second. Joe Gaetti hammering a one-out solo home run to left center off Nick Green. Gaetti's 12th home run of the season to cut the Traveler lead at 2-1. Christian Kerner followed with a double to left center, but Green responded, striking out both Jordan Zarnicki and Tino Sanchez to end the inning. Drillers would tie the game in the 4th inning, though they had a chance for more. Ian Stewart hit a leadoff bloop single to left field right between Brandon Wood, Matt Brown, and Aaron Peel chasing that flare. Joe Koshansky did the same thing, a flare to center that fell in for a base hit. Stewart went first to third base. The Drillers had runners at the corners with nobody out in the 4th, and Joe Gaetti at the plate. Gaetti would hammer a 1-2 pitch to deep center. It sent Terry Evans back to the wall. Evans leaped at the wall and made a spectacular catch. Stewart tagged up from third and scored, but Koshansky was running with his head down to second base. He was doubled off by Evans, who threw to Rodlin, firing back to Pauly, 8-4-3 on the double play, and that pretty much got Green out of the 4th inning with a tied score. The decisive inning today was the 5th, and the Drillers just handed the Travs 4 runs on a silver platter. Parker had set down 7 consecutive batters until walking the leadoff man in the 5th, Brent Del Chiaro, on 4 pitches. While Eric Rodlin was at the plate, Del Chiaro took second on a Parker wild pitch, but Rodlin walked anyway, putting men at first and second for the top of the order. Nathan Haynes put down a perfect sac bunt, hugging the third base line just a few feet in front of the plate. The ball was fielded by the catcher. Tino Sanchez threw wild to first. He threw it right into the runner, and the second baseman Bernier could not make the play. That ball sailed into right field. The error scored Del Chiaro. Rodlin moved to third. Haynes went to second. It was a sacrifice bunt, and the error on Sanchez gave the Travs a 3-2 lead. Aaron Peel then stepped up and hit a solid ground ball to third base. Ian Stewart tried to play it off to the side. It went through him for another error. Eric Rodlin scored on the play for a 4-2 Traveler lead. An error on Stewart, his 15th of the year. Peel was given credit for an RBI on the play. That error also moved Haynes to third, so Peel was at first, Haynes at third. With Brandon Wood batting, Peel would be picked off by Parker. And while Aaron ran to second base, Koshansky threw to second offline, forcing the shortstop Tulowitzki to dive for the ball to his left. And as he dove to the baseball, Haynes took off from third base and scored without really a close play. A double steal, with Haynes getting a credit for a steal of home, and that put the Travs in front 5-2. Yet they still weren't done. Evans would fly out to right field, moving Peel to third base, and then with 2 outs, Parker attempting to pick off Brown at first. Brown had taken a base on balls, and he threw it wild. A very high throw over Koshansky's head. Peel scored on the third run of the inning. All told, 1 earned run of the fifth on no base hits, 4 runs total, and the Travelers led 6-2. Nick Green would make it stand. He sent down 11 of 13 batters before getting into the eighth. He would give up a double to Doug Grenier and a 2-out single to Seth Smith to bring the Drillers within 3 runs, but that's the way it finishes as Bob Zimmerman comes on and shuts down the door in the ninth with a 1-2-3 inning. Travelers beat the Drillers by a 6-3 final. Nick Green, the winner, his record 5-1. Zach Parker, the losing pitcher. Parker falls to 1-1. Save for Bobby Zimmerman, his 3rd of the year. The only homer of the game, Gaetti. It was his 12th of the season. The Travelers are now 14-12 in the second half with a 1-game lead over Wichita. Springfield is 2 back. Tulsa 4.5 back. The Drillers fall to 9-16, and the Travs have now won 7 of their last 11 meetings with the Drillers. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report, we'll check the scores from the Texas and Major Leagues on Air America Little Rock 1380.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not have to think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete, secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at the new AT&T.
Stand by.
Introducing the new AT&T.
Ready.
Your world
Set.
delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Checking Texas League and Major League scores on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Travelers pick up the victory 6-3 over Tulsa tonight. And across the rest of the Texas League, there was an afternoon battle at Lawrence Dumont Stadium where Wichita blows out Springfield 11-1. Cardinals had won yesterday 16-1, so they got their just desserts. Zach Greinke, the winning pitcher, moves to 4-2. Jordan Powell suffers his 4th loss against 7 wins. Springfield's Cody Arthur homered for the 3rd time in 2 games, and the Wranglers got home runs from Alex Gordon, his 14th, and Angel Sanchez, his 4th. The Wranglers are now 1 game in back of the Travs. Springfield 2 games out. Tulsa 4.5 out. In the South Division, there's a blowout at San Antonio with the Missions pounding out 14 hits and an 11-0 San Antonio lead over Frisco going into the 8th inning. San Antonio right fielder Vladimir Valentin has hammered a 3-run homer, his 17th on the year. The Mission started today, tied for first with Corpus Christi. The Hooks have lost 7 of 10. They're getting shut out right now by Midland. 4-0. Midland takes the lead into the top of the 8th. A Midland win coupled with San Antonio's victory would mean that the Missions would be a 1-game lead in the South Division. Over to the majors now. These 4 games in progress. St. Louis and Atlanta underway after a long delay due to storm-related damage at New Busch Stadium. 1-0 the Braves lead in the second. No injuries reported in that problem storm. Arizona, 4 runs in the 4th to take the lead against the Dodgers. They're in the 5th. Diamondbacks 4, LA nothing. Sean Green homering for Arizona, his 9th. Houston takes a 3-2 lead to the bottom of the 9th at Chicago with Craig Biggio homering for the 9th time for the Stros. Todd Walker hit number 5 for the Cubs. Mets took a 4-0 lead through 2 innings at Cincinnati. It's now New York 4, and Cincinnati won in the bottom of the 4th by the Ohio River. Here are finals from the National League. Pittsburgh wins today 6-5 over Colorado. Zach Duke, the winner, 7-8. Mike Gonzalez saved his 15th. Jason Jennings falls to 6-8 for the Rockies. Joe Randa, 3 RBIs for Pittsburgh. Florida picks up a 1-0 win over the Washington Nationals. Sanchez, the winner, 1 hit in 7 innings, his 3rd win against no losses. Joe Borowski saving his 19th. Cody Ross, a home run for the Marlins. his third. National starting pitcher Ramon Ortiz takes the loss. He is 6-9. Philadelphia scores 2 in the ninth to come back against San Diego. The Phillies win it 5-4 at Petco Park. Bobby Abreu hit a 2-run double in the ninth off Trevor Hoffman for the victory. Reggie Geary, the winner, he is 6-0. Hoffman 0-2 with the loss. Tom Gordon saved his 22nd. Costi a home run for the Phillies, his first in the majors. Josh Bard a home run for the Padres, his sixth. San Francisco rallies back from down by 2 in the eighth. The Giants beat Milwaukee 7-6. Anthony Gwynn Jr. picked up his first major league hit. He's playing for Milwaukee these days. Carlos Lee, Bill Hall, and Gabe Gross homers for the Brewers as they built their lead. Ray Durham and Edgardo Alfonso went deep for the Giants. Derek Turnbow blows the save. He's had some trouble. The former Traveler falls to 4-6. In the American League today, the Angels were defeated by the Indians. That breaks an 8-game winning streak for the Halos. 6-4 the final. Indians scored 5 runs in the fifth. John Lackey's scoreless streak is snapped after 3 starts without giving up a run. He falls to 8-6. Paul Bird, the winner, is 7-6. Bob Wickman saving his 15th. 2 homers for the Tribe. Boone and Broussard. Juan Rivera hit a home run for the Angels. Angels started today behind the Oakland Athletics by a half of a game. The A's today beat up on Baltimore 5-1. 3 homers for Oakland. Frank Thomas hit his 20th. Eric Chavez his 15th. Milton Bradley hit number 4. Barry Zito 7 innings for his 10th win. Chris Benson 9-9 with the loss. Boston shuts out Kansas City 1-0. Josh Beckett picks up win number 12 against 5 losses. Mark Redmond a hard luck loss. He is 6-5. Jonathan Papelbon saved his 29th. Only run of the game came in the 4th inning on Manny Ramirez's 25th home run of the year. Seattle handed the Yankees a 3-2 defeat at Yankee Stadium today. Mark Lowe had been pitching for San Antonio earlier this year. It's his first major league win. He defeats the big unit, Randy Johnson, record 10-8. Former San Antonio right-hander J.J. Putt saved his 18th. Richie Sexton hit the only home run of the game. It was his 19th. Detroit gets revenge against the White Sox with Craig Monroe's grand slam, highlighting a 5-run 6th inning. Tigers beat the White Sox 5-2. Jeremy Bonderman, the winner. He is 10-4. Javier Vasquez falls to 9-5 with the loss. Creedy and Uribe home runs for the White Sox. Monroe's grand slam with his 14th home run of the year. Texas wins 5-4 at Toronto with 4 runs coming across the plate in the 7th inning for the Rangers. Kevin Millwood gets the win. He is 10-5. Akinori Otsuka saved his 20th. DeRosa a home run for the Rangers. Former El Paso first baseman Lyle Overbay went deep for Toronto. Minnesota gets 2 home runs from Rondell White in a 7-2 victory over Tampa Bay. White now with 3 home runs on the year. Brad Radke the winner. He is 8-7. Norton and Gomes homered for Tampa Bay. They lose Jay Sow. He falls to 0-4. Those are all the scores from the majors and the Texas League, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers. You can always find them online at southwest.com. Travelers beat Tulsa tonight 6-3. We'll wrap it up after this commercial break on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company, Patent Insurance Company, and Allstate Fire and County Insurance Company, North Carolina.
Well, Phil, it's Clunker Car Night at Ray Winder Field Tuesday, August the 8th, and the Arkansas Traveler team, we've got them. We're the largest clunker car dealer in the state, Wild Phil, and we're not selling them, we're giving them away. Over 9 used cars given away free. And the Arkansas Traveler team is out to prove we're the #1 clunker car promoter in America. Be here at Ray Wyndham Field, Wild Phil, on Tuesday, August the 8th, and win a free clunker car.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
BC Powder player of the game tonight will be Traveler right-hand pitcher Nick Green, who goes 8 innings for his 5th win of the season. Green surrendered only 3 runs on 7 base hits, did not walk a batter, and struck out 7. Nick, 5-1 in 9 starts, and even more important, the Travelers are 7-2 with Green on the hill. Nick Green, tonight's BC Powder player of the game. BC Powder, the official pain reliever for the Travs. It'll get into your system fast, and BC goes to work fast. Headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Here are your official final totals. Travelers score 6 runs on 5 hits, commit no errors. Arkansas strands 5 men. Tulsa, 3 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors, 3 men left. Winning pitcher Green, 5-1. Zach Parker takes the loss. He is 1-1. Bob Zimmerman came on for the save, his 3rd. Time of game, 2 hours, 33 minutes, and the paid attendance, 2,627. Travelers now have won 13 of their last 20 ball games. They are 14-12 in the second half with a 1-game lead in the North over Wichita. Trav's overall record, 38-57. The Drillers lose for the 14th time in 20 games. They are 9-16 since the break, 50-45 overall. Tulsa falls 4.5 games behind the Arkansas Travelers. Game 3 of the series tomorrow. Travelers will have Jose Arredondo on the hill for his 4th start with Arkansas. He's won 2, lost none, as a 3.32 ERA. Stephen Register pitches for the Drillers. Register, a right-hander, 2-7 record, and a 4.90 ERA. First pitch tomorrow, coming at 7:05, meaning the ITT Tech pregame show begins at 6:45 here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. So for Benny Petrie back at the studios in Sherwood, this is Phil Elson. Thank you very much for tuning into our broadcast tonight. Again, the final score from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Travelers 6, the Drillers 3. We'll talk baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.